bedrooms and bathrooms become unsanitary and unusable. Items begin to collect and stack, taking up a more noticeable amount of space. And then you move into level 4. The odor becomes unbearable, and an abundance of animal feces, bugs, and rodents infest the house. At this point, the junk makes it hard to navigate the property. I like how you actually become like a Greek myth after a while. You literally just have like a labyrinth forming. That's when the Minotaur moves in. And of course, lastly, level 5, the end of the road, the worst stage, where everything is elevated. This can pose great risks to health, as sections of the house will be permanently damaged from the horrible conditions. In extreme cases, bottles of human waste can be found as well. Well, yeah, dude, and at this point, you're like, I don't know how to get the fuck out of here. How do you keep bringing stuff in, though, is what I want to know. You know what I've seen a lot with hoarders is like newspapers and mailers and shit. Can you imagine not being able to throw away junk mailers? Holy credit card offers and stuff like that. I gotta know. You never know. Well, I remember I saw one where a guy was like, see, I'm eligible for $500. I'm eligible for $1,400 credit. Many people find themselves drawn to the extreme levels of hoarding. Let's talk about some of the weirdest and most real examples that are happening in the world. Starting off with the Japanese hoarder. A Japanese woman online known as, okay, dude.
Shirokuma
Tiandedesku Uzuki. What the fuck is this? Boy, play Mad Libs here with the deal. Oh, come on, like, this is her name.
Shirokuma 4444.
Whatever, that's her. I don't know what I can tell you. Why can't it could just never be like Sarah, like Jean. Fucking racist for me to say. Why can't her name just be Sarah? A Japanese woman online who gives people a strange deep dive into a young hoarder trying to live her life in alarmingly bleak housing conditions. The photos here, my God.
I thought this was fake. She was showing how she made like stew. She was like putting carrots in like, and then there's like cockroaches and stuff. But
I could see it maybe being a bit of a troll.
No, but it's real. Unless she just owns a house, she throws garbage in.
What's up? Said it might be that, or even just committing to the bit. Like, I'm not really a hoarder, but like this gets clicks, so fuck it, I don't give a shit. That's like a grub human thing, right? Little goblin mode type shit. Her content mainly revolves around her cooking meals, but people became alarmed at the incredibly cluttered rooms. In many videos, it is clear that her apartment has been grossly infected by hordes of insects, and supposedly she has not paid rent in over a year. That's awesome. I'm just not gonna pay it. And began wearing an outfit consisting of overdue payment and eviction forms. You can see these forms decorated all over her room, making a outfit out of people being like, we're gonna kick you out, and she's just like. But over time, her trash began spreading to neighboring apartments and businesses. Her apartment became so much of a fire hazard that firefighters had to break inside the building to forcefully remove the clutter. She is open about her battle with mental health, but has not made much progress throughout her time online. I feel like the worst thing you can do is take your hoarding obsession and make it into a content generator. You're just totally enabling the person to be like, this is awesome. You're a freak. And she's like, awesome. That's engagement. If you were a firefighter and you broke into just like a person's house and they were a hoarder, do you have to keep a professional face? Because the person's got to be right there, right? You break in and they're like you see like the top of their head and their eyes from a stack. Do you think people are like, oh my God? Or is it more just like stoic and calm?
They probably say, this is a fire hazard, lady.
It's the first thing to say. They break down the hinges of the door. This is a fire hazard, lady. Drag her out by her ankle.
My brother worked at God Junk, and he used to go de-junkify hoarders' houses every once in a while. They would have to remove the hoarder from the house.
They stopped them from collecting the shit. They'll be like, no, not that thing.
This is all contaminated.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. This is unhealthy. It has to be burned. I can't even throw this. I'm not allowed to throw this at the dump. This has to go be fired up and burned.
I mean, they don't forcibly put them out, but I think they're just like, are you ready? And I think that they're like, yeah. But I think they're outside like throwing up and like shitting themselves and stuff. They're like, no, you know, that kind of thing. Wait, we want to thank today's sponsor, Bad Dragon. We here at Papa Meat are very, very good friends with Bad Dragon, and we want to take time to thank them for being an amazing sponsor. If you're looking to spice up things in the bedroom or even for yourself, consider going to Bad Dragon and getting a little something on the sexier side. We've been to the factory, we've seen how the cookies are made, and let me tell you, the cookies are sweet and the quality is amazing. So if you're looking to spice things up, please consider going to our dear friends Bad Dragon and just check it out and see if there's anything for you or a loved one that may be amazing. Something for grandma. Thank you, Bad Dragon, for sponsoring this video, and back to the video. But let's go back in time a little bit, right? We need to go back in time to appreciate what some called the first hoarder house, the first recorded hoarder house. That's what they say, which is called the Collier Mansion. Hoarding is not a new thing. In fact, one of the first and most famously known cases of hoarding took place inside a mansion in 1947. That's how you know, too. It was definitely a hoarding house. They're just like, just won the war. And he's just like, I'm not throwing out a thing. Everything's a trophy now. off, Germany. The Collier brothers, Homer Collier and Langley Collier, were born to an unfathomably wealthy American family. Upon their death, they left their luxurious estate to the two of them to live together in. I don't know like that. If you were super wealthy, would you be like, we're gonna live together forever, bro?
If I was tight with my bro.
You would live with your, even because you were tight with your brother, you would live with him forever.
Yeah.
You would never establish a sense of independence for yourself.
Well, it's like him and Harry, dude. You know, they're already doing it.
I guess that's true. You're already doing it with Harry, I guess. The death of their family had a massive impact on them, causing the brothers to isolate themselves in their new home. This was exacerbated when Langley began to go blind in 1932. What started as Langley collecting things he enjoyed, like toys and books, slowly turned into filling the place with an assortment of junk. Not only did this include things like camera equipment or random furniture, but even jarred organs that belonged to his father when he worked as a doctor. God, dude, those old medical, like this is Dad's spleen. He's like, it's not mine. I just have it in a jar. Langley, who was unable to work or tend to himself because of his worsening blindness, was cared for by Homer. Their home was broken into multiple occasions, and in response, Langley used his obscenely large collection of stuff to create a maze that would stop intruders from finding their way in. That is, this is the premise to a horror film. Well, it's like, what the fuck was that movie? Don't Breathe? Is that what it was called? Whatever the dudes break into the blind dude's house. Whatever, which to be fair, he's doing like a Home Alone, like Macaulay Culkin thing in that movie. But can you imagine you go in and it's a maze and he's just like, welcome. You've made your choice. The smell was becoming unbearable, reaching far beyond their property and towards their neighbors' homes. In response, the city council offered to clean the house, but the brothers refused. One night in 1947, a nasty, rotting smell led to a neighbor calling the police. Officers were sent to inspect the place, but physically could not, as the windows were reinforced with iron bars. There were so many piles of junk at the entrance that an officer had to break in on the second floor just to avoid the impenetrable wall of filth, which I love this picture here. It looks like a Buster Keaton movie. The guy's just like, don't worry, I'll get up there and see if I can fish him out myself, boys. After 5 hours of digging, they found Homer's body. It was perceived he had died from starvation as well as heart disease. Langley was nowhere to be found. People were confused, and the narrative became a story in which Langley killed his own brother and called in the tip himself before fleeing the country. However, after 3 weeks of deep cleaning the Collier mansion, it was discovered that Langley was home the entire time, buried 10 feet away from where Homer's remains after being crushed by his many possessions. This is a Greek tragedy right here. Their story was one bred from severe untreated trauma and mental health struggles, leading to the debilitating need to hoard their belongings. This event led to the phrase Collier's Mansion, to be used by firefighters to refer to a home belonging to a hoarder. How is this not a movie yet? This feels prime for a movie.
Yeah, make it a horror movie too.
You can make it a horror movie, but it could also be something where you could just, especially in Hollywood, whatever, you know what they do? They throw like a ghost in there. I have to collect. What's wrong, brother? One guy gets trapped and he's haunting the place or whatever. I can't leave.
Maybe that's how they stop the ghost.
We can't let this evil out in the world. Stack up Dad's jar of organs. This is like, you and could be, you could probably do like a movie like 1408. 1408 is like John Cusack goes to a hotel and like this room is supposed to be haunted. It's like a really surrealist shit where he like tries to leave, but like won't let him leave, all that kind of stuff. Whatever. It's actually not a bad movie. Or we could talk about a hoarder who owns 300 to 500 animals. A bit of a weird scale there. It's in that range somewhere. This year, Warren County humane officers were randomly called by a woman from the hospital. She admitted that she had a serious hoarding problem and that her 200 animals were home alone and in need of care. Like now it's 200. All right, easy. Well, let's see what happens here. When they arrived at the location, they were shocked to find that she greatly downplayed the situation. Not only was the home already covered in dead animals, but they found between 300 to 500 in total. Yeah, I want to know the day she faced that demon though, where she's like, yeah, I might have a bit of a problem. I think I might be a hoarder. They found stacks of rodent cages containing hamsters, gerbils, and rats. That would freak me out. That would freak me out. At a horrific scene, several huskies were found dead in the backyard. Only one was still alive when the humane officers arrived, and the animals were transferred to a shelter as it was more than obvious that the woman was not equipped to care for any of them properly. What a fun little story. Wasn't that nice? I'm wondering how much of it is like, does she steal other people's animals and bring them in?
It's a breeding problem. My aunt had that. She let in like...
How many members of your family are you talking about in this one too? Good Lord.
My aunt, she would like feed stray cats and they started breeding, and then she had like 30 in her house.
Oh, they were breeding inside of her house?
Yeah, because she's like, well, I feel bad for them. When my aunt went out of town, my mom was watching her house, and the first day she found a dead cat on the floor. Granted, they knew it was going to die.
You're like, but don't even get me started on my cousin. Or we can talk about the hoarder junkyard, which created a fire hazard, which I feel like, are these all not fire hazards? Let's see. In 2024, an LA, okay, so it's in LA. An LA family became fed up with their neighbor's hoarding habits. Alina Malone and her husband, Josh purchased their dream home in 2021. They spent $1.2 million on it, convinced that this would be their home for the rest of their lives. Out in LA. Their neighbor, however, would collect an insane number of items that would eventually spread to his backyard. Over time, his 5-acre property became a dangerous junkyard filled with absurd objects, refrigerators, shipping containers, burnt car batteries, and piles of moldy clothes. There are 114 vehicles total, some of which are believed by Highway Patrol to be stolen or previously used to enact crimes. Alina knew things had gone too far when she was unable to visit her husband, who was in the middle of chemotherapy. He was vomiting uncontrollably, and Alina physically couldn't leave the house to pick him up because a car was blocking the front gate. What do you do when you're just like, hey, move your shit? Do you think is the guy just like, no? Or do you even see him? Is he like a mystery figure? Not only was this a fire hazard, but the area they lived in specifically was no stranger to harsh weather conditions, because if a rock falls on the ground in LA, it goes up in flames. The owner of the property believes that her son's hoarding started after her house was destroyed by a fire in 2017, which led him to feeling the need to constantly scavenge for materials. What? District 9? Like, what are you talking about, dude? The house is down. We need wood. We need firewood. This kicked off the bad habit. I had only worsened over time due to other possible trauma. The Malones are forced to wait until the city clears out all the numerous cars in the neighborhood yards. Only then can the LAPD enter the property, according to Alina. It seems that nobody will really be pushed to fix the issue until another serious disaster strikes. I love how that one ends of just like, and that's just her life now. Forever stuck in her house. Her husband on chemotherapy. He's still there. He's fully recovered now with a new family. He has a full head of hair and couldn't be happier right now. She's just in the gate though. She just orders DoorDash and she has to like reach to the gate. Do we just throw it? Just throw it. Or in 2022, Robert Elsie was found dead, buried underneath a pile of garbage. It's always just great when the sentences start off like that. You're like, there it is. Police were called in after his neighbors noticed his mail began to stack up on his front porch. Like, what do you mean stacked up? The guy's just like, Police were called in after his neighbors noticed his mail began to stack up on his front porch. It seemed that he had trapped himself inside his own hoarded possessions, possibly dying from asphyxia. He suffocated amongst his own trash, which I guess, like, looking at the pictures here, that is insane. Investigators were told by his neighbors that Robert's mother passed away 10 years ago, but there was no record of this available. When one of Robert's storage units was put up for auction, the new owner was shocked to find that amongst more piles of garbage, there was a box that contained the skeleton of his dead mother. Robert decided to hide her death to keep it off record and continue collecting her Social Security and retirement payments. That's the thing too, is he was trying to swim through the trash in his house to, like, the mailman was just like throwing the checks at the door and he's like, do we just throw it? Man, imagine finding you like in Storage Wars. That's how you know this show sucks dick. You didn't find one skeleton once. There's not one dead woman. And yeah, this is a crazy buy. Or in 2016, a senile Brooklyn woman named Rita Wolfenson. A senile Brooklyn woman.
Take your pick.
Yeah, honestly, buddy. That's all of them. In 2016, a senile Brooklyn woman named Rita Wolfenson had been inadvertently living with the skeletal remains of her son for up to 20 years. What do you mean inadvertently? He left one day. His like full corpse is just like there on the floor. Rita was not only a hoarder, but she was completely blind. Okay. Don't start me off with like she's senile. Nothing else. Just kidding, she's blind. One day she was in the hospital and needed a relative to go to her house to pick up a few things. When her sister-in-law arrived, the house had a pungent, rotting smell. She soon discovered a skeleton laying on his back on the floor. It was still fully dressed and seemingly untouched.
20 years?
20 years in the same outfit, dude. Law enforcement described the scene as being straight out of a horror movie. Rita was totally convinced that her son simply moved out and wasn't reaching out to her. A funeral was prepared over a decade after his death. So I like how she's just like, one day she's just like, I guess he's never talking to me again. Like, just totally, didn't even want to say goodbye. I think he's just gone. There's no way she didn't trip over that like once or twice. I don't think she just knew and she accepted it. I think that she just didn't care. I've been in a room where my dog is taking a shit and like, it's just immediately noticeable. If you're blind, your sense of smell is going to be way off the charts with that. You can hear him like wheezing shit. We could talk about a hoarder's house that was engulfed in flames. Jesus Christ. That's got to be like a superconductor, doesn't it? You light one match in a hoarder's house, it's gone. Barbara Verboven, these are great names, by the way. Barbara Verboven was a former member of the Greenwich Board Education before becoming greatly ill, which led to her being cared for by her 42-year-old son, Dean. My name is Dean Verboven. Why do you look so, like, suspicious? I'm Dean Verboven. The state of the home began a slow decline as Barbara spent her days glued to her bed, unable to do anything but eat, sleep, and watch TV. Preach. Fast forward to 2016. The home was in an unbearably bad state, which infuriated her neighbors. They believed it made the entire neighborhood look hideous, on top of it being a safety hazard. No one gives a fuck about it being a safety hazard. There's like some war vet who's like sitting there like mowing his yard. He's like, making us all look bad. Eventually, state social workers were directed to enter the home and clear out the mess. This infuriated Dean. And to get revenge on those responsible, he decided to burn down his own home before they could arrive. All right, Dean. Okay, Dean. I'm Dean Verboven. Dean was killed in the process, either from a self-inflicted wound or being trapped in his hoarder den and unable to escape in time. Barbara, however, made it out with only a few injuries. How the f did Barbara make it out, dude? What was Dean hiding in there? His birth certificate, that's it. I'm Dean Verboven. You go in that house, I'll kill myself. We get into a nice little true crime thing here, which is the duck sauce killer saga. What's duck sauce?
Duck sauce is the sauce.
Is that just a normal thing? Duck sauce? In a strange story from 2022, a hoarder murdered an innocent delivery driver over his strange desire to collect duck sauce. I really feel we are in the end time somehow. One night, a Chinese food delivery man named Z110 was shot to death in Queens. New York again, buddy. Police began to investigate the murder. After talking to the staff of Great Wall, the Chinese restaurant, they discovered the existence of a suspicious customer named Glenn Hirsch. One day, a man named Glenn Hirsch ordered takeout from Great Wall and became infuriated at the lack of duck sauce given to him in his order. He was denied a refund, which sparked several months of intense harassment towards the staff. The 50-year-old disgruntled customer was known to destroy employee vehicles and slash their tires. And in one instance, he confronted the owner and pulled a gun on him over duck sauce, dude. God. Glenn asked the owner how his car is doing before saying, "Remember me? I will kill your entire family." That's a direct quote. Remember me? Quack, quack. Fucker. Quack, quack. Z-Win helped wrestle the gun away from him, and Glenn vowed to get his revenge. I like how Z-Win was just like, give me that gun, idiot. Weeks later, Glenn Hirsch was arrested after surveillance video revealed him circling the restaurant for hours as he waited for Z-Win to come out. The video shows the entire encounter, including the shooting. He was charged with second-degree murder as well as criminal possession of a loaded firearm on top of stalking. His estranged wife was also charged for firearm possession after Glenn's stash of illegal pistols were found in her apartment wrapped in tinfoil. And if you look at the apartment, it's just... When Glenn's home was searched, police quickly realized that Glenn was a hoarder. Rooms were covered in various boxes, CDs, magazines, and bags of trash. Strangely enough, his refrigerator was filled to the brim exclusively with condiments, mainly duck sauce. 4 months after the shooting took place, Glenn Hirsch shot himself to death in fear of being sent to prison. His suicide note claimed he was innocent, determined that photographers purposely destroyed his house to make him look like a hoarder, and that the quantity of condiments in his fridge was greatly exaggerated. You, Glenn Hirsch. This felt like a flimsy defense to many, especially after photos released where that you could see Glenn threatening employees at the restaurant with the gun. Look at this guy, dude. Glenn Hirsch. What a monster. Like a mental breakdown had to have happened there. Your entire fridge is just condiments and it's mostly duck sauce. What do you think the obsession with duck sauce was?
I don't know. It doesn't sound like he liked it. Maybe just like the color.
I had a buddy one time who would keep tons of chocolate sauce, like chocolate syrup, in his fridge. And it's just because one time he like became obsessed with it because one time I think a girl sucked his cock with chocolate sauce on it. And he was just like, I'm just in case. It was like the greatest moment of his life, which I was like, more power to you. Also too, you could always get some chocolate milk whenever you want when you were there. Very nice. We've talked about some real stuff, but we got to talk about the industry, media, cable television's effects on hoarders, and the beautiful show, one of the greatest television programs of all time, which is the Hoarders TV show itself. And we got to talk about probably the best episode. I mean, if you've seen one episode of Hoarders, you've kind of seen all of them.
Every house is different, unique.
No, I think everybody just has newspapers and, empty boxes of cereals. But there is one that stands out above all, Nick. You are right about that. Which Hoarders, if you don't know, is a very popular TV show that delves into the lives of hoarder families in an attempt to clean up their homes and help them treat their hoarding disorder. It never works. It's kind of like intervention. He's been clean for 2 months. Motherfucker's back on like air duster. One of the most infamous episodes is in season 6, where they visit the home of Shauna in Washington. Shauna, who already experienced hoarding tendencies, had returned to live with her mom, who was already a serious hoarder. Hoarder meets hoarder. Wonder what that outcome could be. This led to Shauna's habits becoming worse and worse until her mother eventually died from cancer 13 years later. According to Will, Shanna's brother, the condition of the house undoubtedly led to the mom's death. That guy's just like, Shanna gave my mom cancer. That's kind of like a fucked up thing to say, right? House is dirty. Shanna, I hope you burn in hell. Shanna, who now lived alone in the house off disability benefits, is surrounded wall to wall in absolute filth. There's hardly a single inch of the floor that isn't stacked to the brim with garbage. The city was fed up with the state of her yard, which was covered in human waste and other random objects. And they began fining her $250 per day until it was cleaned up, which led to the Hoarders TV crew stepping in to stop the city from taking away their home. Because goddamn, that's a good episode. When cleaning specialist Matt Paxton spends the night at Shanna's place to better understand her situation, it's worse than you could have possibly imagined.
This house is disgusting. It's hands down the worst smelling house I've ever smelled in my life.
This is pretty disgusting, y'all. Serious. The smells were sickening, and jugs of urine and feces were found all over, some of which belonging to her deceased mother. Not even all of it Shanna's mix. Not even is it her own brew. If I was a hoarder and my mom died like that, you better believe I'd be keeping like piss and shit jugs from her. Miss you, Mom? Scattered across the floor, he found bloody tampons and black mold. That's a disastrous combo. You're not allowed those chemicals to mix. A septic issue rendered the toilet unusable, even though it remains filled to the brim with feces. Instead, she opted to use a Home Depot bucket to relieve herself. Damn good buckets.
This is her bucket, man.
Because the bucket would become too heavy to lift, she would use separate jugs and buckets to slowly transport the waste to the backyard where she would dump it out. Because it's what am I going to do? Every time I go, I'm going to dump it. So yeah, I have like a series of small jugs and stuff in the backyard. Without washing her hands, she proceeds to make dinner for the two of them by filling a paper bowl with canned soup and cooking it in the toaster oven. When the bowl begins to burn, she claims that that's normal.
I smell smoke right here.
Oh no, it does burn a little bit when I put it in the toaster oven.
She's like eating microplastics, right? The brother comes in. He's like, what? What did I say? She sits down next to piles of trash and feces as she eats. And when Matt discusses the source of the smell, Shanna is absolutely shocked that it's because of the piles of human waste, rather than, quote, a musty odor due to mold and dust.
What is the main cause of the smell?
Musty odor, having to do with mold and dust.
No. It's the feces and urine that's in the house.
Okay, so it's still musty.
Yeah, but it's from feces and urine.
Not because the mold and dust is getting on everything.
Dust is nothing compared to all the feces and urine. Is that brand new information to you? To think that the feces and urine has something to do with smell?
Given up the lead.
I guess so, because I thought it was due to the mold and dust.
After this discovery, she tells Matt, quote, I've learned a lesson about fecal matter today, if nothing else. And she's like, I have not even thought about a single other thing. I'm just more interested than I am. I'm not saying that I'm going to change anything. I'm just saying that's kind of interesting. As the cleaners begin to sift through her kitchen, they are surprised to see that Shanna prefers to keep her moldy bread because she can cut off the moldy parts. When pushed to throw it out, she compares her situation to an intervention where the addict just wants to, quote, go out in a blaze of glory. AKA, she eats the moldy, expired food one last time. When they refuse to let her, she is quoted saying, again, why does it matter? I've been eating poop for 12 years. Awesome. And she's just like, moldy bread? You have no idea.
I would not eat a salad that had food on it.
Well, I'm still held back.
In the end, Shanna was not deemed capable of living on her own. Resources were provided to help her move into a transitional housing so she could find a safer living condition. The house, meanwhile, was so damaged from the filth that it was cheaper to bulldoze it and buy a new one than try to salvage what was there, which you have a little before and after. I mean, it looks like a house that was holding shit. That's just what, even the after. It's insane. Those hardwood floors just being like, put me out of my misery, peel me up and throw me away. Of course, we gotta go to Reddit. We went to the TV. Let's go back to, let's check out Reddit on r/Child of Hoarder subreddit support group. God damn, dude. Probably gonna label that something a little less horrific too. Child of Hoarder. For children who were unfortunate enough to be born in the living conditions of a hoarder, a subreddit was created that allowed them to vent about their frustrations and receive support. So these are people who are just like, does anyone else have a mom who's just hoarding? Many have discussed the intense burnout they feel trying to clean an endlessly replenishing source of garbage. Others voice their struggles staying clean with their entire home outside their room is extremely filthy. So people are like, I feel like I have to clean all the time, or I feel like I'm disgusting all the time because I'm sleeping next to Little Debbie wrappers and boxes of toasters and shit like that. You know what I mean? This is an interesting post here. It's just titled, Smell. How do I keep my room and myself smelling clean when my house smells like mold, piss, and shit? Literally. I shower every day, wash my hair every other day, scrub myself the down, wear deodorant, clean clothes, perfume, and lotion, but I'm still scared I smell bad because some boy said, ew,
You guys need some new perfume. You smell.
To a friend and I. They could have been joking, but still. My room, air filter on 24/7, and if I don't have that on, I have a candle on. Trash in my room gets taken out when necessary, so like 2 times a week maybe, but I feel like it could still smell, so I don't know. Just need some suggestions. And in worst cases, users have been posted about how they have to call the Department of Health and Child Protective Services on their own parents just to get themselves out of their living situation. That's horrible. I guess to end this video, you know, hoarding seems kind of funny. On the surface, it seems pretty funny. You know, you collect trash. What the hell are you thinking? But with anything that's mentally disturbing, it's like always based in some kind of deep-rooted trauma. I could easily see people folding into a hoarding lifestyle. Hoarding is the long game. Starts off with a little something, and then you blink 15 years later, and then you're dying underneath in your own labyrinth of filth, basically. The Minotaur is putting his hoof on your chest, being like, good night. So if you're starting to collect things, just know that collecting things can be fun. Sometimes you don't want to think. You can get sentimental over little non-living objects, right? But if it starts being like an empty box of cereal, you really start to evaluate where you're at with your headspace. How you doing? You know, talk to somebody. And also, if you know somebody in one of these things, maybe give them a checkup. Never wrong to say hello to a friend you haven't seen in a while, right? They're still in their house. They smell weird. We also found out that Nick's family is got a lot of hoarders there too. You're not a hoarder though. At least not yet. It's not yet. Until next time, everybody. Don't be hoarding shit. See you next time.
I'm going to teach you how to make homemade duck sauce. Never be at a loss for duck sauce again. 3 tablespoons of apricot preserves, white vinegar. Now whisk this together and take your duck sauce and pour it into your jar, just like that. And there you have it, homemade Chinese duck sauce.
Reducing alpha. Lost A. Beginning capture.
Did we get the full transcript? Trump says Elon can't be getting a leg up with Doge because he's going after the electric vehicle subsidies, which of course Elon would want because he runs Tesla. And Hannity just sits there nodding, not bothering to point out that Musk has long railed against those subsidies. Yeah, I mean, it is by design to obviously do that interview and make it so non-contentious, so uncontentious that like it doesn't give you anything at all. Anyway, where was I? What was I gonna show you? Okay. What are your thoughts on Curtis Yarvin? I don't like to think about the existence of that man at all.
Taking B.
With this. So he's working for free with Doge. He's kind of put a lot of his life on hold. And you sued Twitter a number of years ago. You just made him pay you $10 million? That's
right. That's right. Well, I sued from long before he had it.
Yeah.
And I mean, they really did a number on me, you know. And I sued them. They had to pay. They paid $10 million settlement.
You're okay with that?
I mean, I left it up to the lawyers and you know, the team on Twitter. So I said, you guys do what you think is the right way. It makes sense.
I think it's fine.
I think it's a very low. I was looking to get much more money than that.
So you gave him a discount when the law.
He got a Oh, he got a big discount. I don't think he even knows about it.
He's become one of your. If you read and believe the media, he's become one of your best friends. He's working for free for you.
Well, I love the president. I just want to be clear about that.
I don't care about that.
I know. I love the. I
love the president.
I think President Trump is a good man, and he's, you know.
That's the way he said that. You know, there's something else about it.
It really is. You know, because I mean, the president's been so unfairly attacked in the media. It's really outrageous.
By me, when I also was a supporter of Ron DeSantis, sometimes I attacked him unjustifiably in the media. Remember when I was a supporter of Ron DeSantis? I said over and over again that he was going to be the president. I said that. The sugar man. Remember? I love the sugar. I love the sugar. I gotta pee.
And I've at this point spent with the president, and not once have I seen him do something that was mean or cruel or wrong. Not once.
You know, I've known him for 30 years.
Yeah.
And I've never seen anybody take as much as he's taken.
Yeah.
And we've discussed this, and I'm like, how do you deal with it?
Did I have a choice?
Well, you would say that to me. I'm like, what am I going to do? Worry about it? And,
The amount of plays
and then
embarrassing
culminating to assassination attempts, which resulted in your endorsement.
Well, I was going to do it anyway, but that was
it.
Precipitating event. Yeah.
That speeded up a little bit.
Yeah.
The day of the assassination.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It sped it up, but I was going to do it anyway.
Mr. President, with your indulgence, I'm convinced that people only know a little bit about Elon. I don't think they know everything about Elon because as I studied and prepared for this interview, I learned a lot about you that I didn't know. I think people will think about Tesla. Democrats are demonizing you and trying to make the country hate you. I just want people to understand you a little bit better and the person that you've gotten to know and have now put a lot of trust in.
Sure.
And, you know, just let's go over a little bit of your bio, starting with PayPal and how you became involved in Tesla and SpaceX and Neuralink and all these.
Well, I mean, you know, I think the way to think of me is like I'm a technologist, and I try to make technologies that improve the world and make life better.
Your shirt.
Yeah, and that's why I like my T-shirt says tech support because I'm here to provide the president with technology support. And now that may seem like, well, is that a silly thing? But actually, it's a very important thing because the president will make these executive orders, which are very sensible and good for the country, but then they don't get implemented. You know, so. If you take, for example, all the funding for the migrant hotels, the president issued an executive order. Hey, we need to stop taking taxpayer money and paying for luxury hotels for illegal immigrants, which makes no sense. Like, so obviously, people do not want their tax dollars going to fund high.
I can't believe that they still do the hotel thing. That's so annoying to me, especially considering that Donald Trump owns hotels and literally used those hotels and upcharged 3x and still continues to do so for Secret Service and any other like Hannity masterclass of making zero news. You have to admire Sean Hannity's ability to get Trump and Musk for an exclusive hour-long interview and make absolutely no news from it. For like 5 minutes, Hannity was just going on about the things Elon has done in his career and how great he was, and his question was like, you'd think liberals would love you. Hard stuff. I am noticing there have been a few edits and cuts in the footage, including that quick cut before the last commercial break. Editing these interviews, we were told, is a grave offense. Did we get the full transcript? Trump says Elon can't be getting a leg up with Doge because he's going after the electric vehicle subsidies, which of course Elon will want because he runs Tesla. And Hannity just sits there nodding, not bothering to point out that Musk has long railed against those subsidies. Yeah, I mean, it is by design to obviously do that interview and make it so non-contentious, so uncontentious that like it doesn't give you anything at all.
And hotels for illegals. And yet they were still doing that, even as late as last week. And so, you know, we went in there and we're like, this is in violation of the presidential executive order. It needs to stop. So what we're doing here is one of the biggest functions of the Doge team is just making sure that the presidential executive orders are actually carried out. And this is, I just want to point out, this is a very important thing because the president is the elected representative of the people. So he's representing the will of the people. And if the bureaucracy is fighting the will of the people and preventing the president from implementing what the people want, then what we live in is a bureaucracy and not a democracy.
No. You're both aware, you have to be keenly aware that the media and the punditry class, not that, you know, I think you've proven they have no power anymore because they threw everything they had at you and they didn't win. And that was, you know, the New York Times, Washington Post, 3 networks, every late night comedy show, 2 cable channels. They just threw everything, lawfare, weaponization.
Sure.
And now I see they want you two to start, they want a divorce. They want you two to start hating each other. And they try, President Elon Musk, for example. You do know that they're doing that to you.
Oh, I see it all the time. They tried it, then they stopped. That wasn't, they have many different things of hatred. Actually, Elon called me. He said, you know, they're trying to drive us apart. I said, absolutely. No, they said, we have breaking news. Donald Trump has ceded control of the presidency to Elon Musk. President Musk will be attending a cabinet meeting tonight at 8 o'clock. And I say, it's just so obvious. They're so bad at it. I used to think they were good at it. They're actually bad at it, because if they were good at it, I'd never be president. Because I think nobody in history has ever gotten more bad publicity than me. I could do the greatest things. I get 98% bad publicity. I could do, outside of you and a few of your very good friends, it's like the craziest thing. But you know what I have learned, Elon? The people are smart. They get it.
Yeah, they do, actually.
They get it. They really see what's happening.
Yes.
And at the end of this interview, what I would like is I want people to know the relationship and know more about you. What is the relationship, Mr. President?
Well, I respect him. I've always respected.
Sean is just asking if you guys are open for a third. When he's like, so what's the relationship looking like right now? He's just saying, like, are you guys looking for like a third? I could bottom. I'm hungry. You know, I could do a lot. I could do a lot in this position for both of you. Mr. Musk, Mr. President Musk, sir, it says here that you recently impregnated one of your reply guys. I'm noticing that now that that insemination process is over, could you please also give me your seed as well? I would like to be the first MPreg. Like, are you guys polyflexible? That's the question that Sean Hannity's actually asking here. Oh. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy what is considered journalism. It's almost as crazy as what do you call it? It's almost as crazy as like Sean Hannity of Fox News saying, yeah, I hate mainstream media. It's like, bro, you are the only thing in mainstream media. Like, that's it. Fox News is the only thing that remains in mainstream media. And they still rail against mainstream media. Okay, man, that's awesome. I feel dirty watching this. Me too. Me too.
Did him. That he was right on certain things, and I'm usually pretty good at this stuff. He did Starlink. He did things that were so advanced and nobody knew what the hell they were. I can tell you in North Carolina, they had no communication. They were wiped out. Those people were, you know, they had rivers in between. Land that never saw water, all of a sudden it was a river and a vicious, like rapids. People were dying all over. They had no communication. They said, you know Elon Musk? They didn't really know I knew him. I said, yeah. He said, could you get Starlink? It's like the first time I ever heard of it. I said, what's Starlink? A communication system. That's unbelievable.
I have it.
Yeah, and he said, I called him and I said, listen, they really need it. And he got like thousands of units of this communication, and it saved a lot of lives. He got it immediately, and you can't get it. I mean, you have to wait a long time to get it. But he got it to him immediately, and I said, that's pretty amazing, and I didn't even know he had it. We watched the rocket ships, and we watch Tesla. I think, you know, something that had an effect on me was when I saw the rocket ship come back and get grabbed, like you grab a beautiful little baby, you grab your baby. It just
hug the rocket.
I've never seen
everyone. Everything needs hugging rockets.
Yeah, no, but and he said, you know, you can't really have a rocket program if you're going to dump $1 billion into the ocean every time you fly. You have to save it, and he saved it. First time that I've ever seen that done, and nobody else can do it. If you look at the U.S., Russia, or China, they can't do it, and they won't be able to do it for a long time. He has the technology, so you learn. I wanted somebody really smart to work with me in terms of the country, a very important aspect. Because, I mean, he doesn't talk about it. He's actually a very good businessman. And when he talks about the executive orders, and this is probably true for all presidents, you write an executive order and you think it's done. You send it out. It doesn't get done. It doesn't get implemented. They don't implement it. Maybe they're from the last administration, and they are in some cases. You try and get them out as fast as you can. But I could, as soon as he said that, I said, you know, that's interesting. You write a beautiful executive, and you sign it, and you assume it's going to be done, but it's not. What he does is he takes it, and with his 100 geniuses, he's got some very brilliant young people working for him that dress much worse than him, actually.
Yeah,
they dress in just T-shirts. You wouldn't know they have 180 IQ.
Wait a minute. So he's your tech support.
No, he is.
I actually
but he's much more than that.
I actually am tech support, though. But that's,
he gets it done. He's a leader.
Yeah.
He really is. He gets it done. You get a lot of tech people, and you have people that are good with tech, but he gets it done. You know, I said in real estate, you had guys that would draw beautiful renderings of a building, and they'd draw the rendering. It would be great, and you say, great, when are you starting?
I think what really pisses
This
me
is
off the
impossible to
most,
watch.
I really think what was extra frustrating about like this current government is how fucking openly stupid they are. I can't stand it. Maybe I got that smug, elitist, entitled liberal in me, but like it's just so, I don't even have the words to describe it. I feel like it's just not for me. This branding is for a different kind of person. You know what I mean? A different kind of person that I can just imagine in my mind. I gave a quote the other day, which is just like the type of person who is most likely to be pulled into a cryptocurrency rug pull. And I hate it because there are more people like that than there are people who even demand like some semblance of intelligence in the branding of this administration. It's really a sign of the change in attitude. It's a sign of the times when you got, oh fuck, almost got it. I hit it, but I don't know where it went.
It's perfect. This is like exactly for like the Joe Rogan heads. It's usually the way this shit works. It's like some rich, confident moron pontificates to millions of men who have no idea what the word pontificate means.
When? Okay. There was a gnat. The dumber they are, the dumber American people get. Yes. That's what's so frustrating about it. It's just like, it's not that these guys are stupid. It's that it also is a somber reminder that everyone else is getting dumber and dumber because they eat this. They eat this garbage and go, this is brilliant. It is a consistent, resilient reminder that we are actively getting dumber. I hate it. Just bought a new PC laptop and it won't let me use it unless I create a Microsoft account, which also means giving their AI access to my computer. This is messed up. There used to be an option to skip signing into creating a Microsoft account. Are you seeing this too? He's Mr. Linux, dude. This is the nation's tech support, by the way. Yeah. Exclusive. FDA staff reviewing Musk's Neuralink were included in Doge employee firing, sources say. Wow. Color me surprised. I can't believe Elon Musk would take advantage of the awesome power that he has over the regulatory agencies that are tasked with understandably regulating his ridiculous, unethical businesses. I agree with him on this. I hate how invasive Microsoft is. Yeah, it is true. They are annoying, but this is more so a testament that he doesn't understand that there's a workaround as Mr. Tech Support. Anyway, let's tune into what's going on in China. Zhang Hongli, former vice president of the Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, was on Wednesday sentenced to death with a 2-year reprieve for accepting bribes worth over 177 million yuan, which is about 24.3 million, according to a court in the city of Hangzhou, East China's Zhejiang. I'm not an advocate for capital punishment, of course. I'm just showing that.
This is how it should be done.
Just showing what
CCP save the earth.
Zhejiang. I'm not an advocate for capital punishment. However, the fact that, you know, people like this do get punished is interesting. But what is it? With a 2-year reprieve, does that mean that there is a rehabilitation? Zhejiang. 2-year reprieve means if he doesn't mess up again.
Gone to China.
If we had understood the way Chinese banking system worked, we would have never gone there. Former CEO of Silicon Valley Bank, the Chinese Communist Party can control anything it wants in China.
Never have gone to China in the first place. If we had understood the way that the China banking system works and the Chinese economy works, we never would have taken our business model to China. The Chinese Communist Party can control anything it wants to in China. And I would go so far as to say if they're not controlling aspects of what you're doing in China, you're probably doing something that's fairly unimportant. Or you're being controlled and you don't know it because you're lacking self-awareness.
I don't even know if it was short-term benefit seeking or if it was short-term benefit seeking and also white supremacist attitudes. I think it was, I don't know which one was more important here. I think they genuinely were like, yeah, these barbaric Chinese peasants will never be able to actually fully implement the things that they claim that they want to do. How the hell are they going to do any of that? I think that's part of the reason why they so voluntarily released their IP in an effort to make China the manufacturing hub. It's pretty funny that he does look like those like old school anti-capitalist cartoons, like propaganda cartoons that would depict like a parasitic land baron. You know what I mean? He literally just looks with the glasses and everything. He just straight up looks like the piggish parasitic landlord or whatever. Oh, if only we would have known how the Chinese economy works. Okay, well then I guess you're a dumbass. You know what I mean? Then and you're basically admitting that meritocracy is a lie in a different way. You're taking the long way to say, hey, we're just like the stupidest people on the planet. We are the dumbest people you've ever encountered. We just had no idea that China was quote unquote stealing our IP. We had no idea that China was actually engaging in even development rather than allowing the corporations to dominate and generate untold amounts of wealth and prosperity, keeping it to themselves. Wow, that's really messed up that they actually have real commitments to long-term planning and that they abide by said commitments. That is totally unacceptable. I already watched the Chinese centuries here. It's a great video. What is this? He's really like, if we couldn't exploit the Chinese people like we do Americans, we wouldn't have gone there. But they did. They did exploit the Chinese citizens. The point is, in all of the, by sending in all of this foreign capital while exploiting the Chinese citizens, they thought that the Chinese government had no additional ambition other than behaving like the American government historically has, you know? That's the problem. The problem here isn't that, the problem here is that they thought that, the problem here is that they thought that China would not actually follow through. I do think it's interesting how much the overall attitude is shifting as well. I think the overall attitude shift towards China in the past like 2 years is also something to take note of. Back in the day when I said anything even remotely positive about China, people would be up my ass. Like they would be going crazy. Be like, no, China's gonna collapse in a year, dumbass. China is gonna destroy itself in like literally 3.5 minutes. Even a year ago, people were more aggressive about that sort of thing. And nowadays, I see a lot more like active glazing of China. It's interesting. It's just something that I've noticed. That was like 3 people. That's 100% not true. The entirety of the liberal media consumers and enjoyers across the board still to a certain degree try to maintain this position, but they were way more aggro with that statement. There are a lot more normies who just go, I don't think Chinese people are my enemy now than ever before.
But they were never able to get it built. They couldn't get the financing. They couldn't get the approvals. It would never get done. And then you have other guys who are able to get it done. You know, they could just get it done. That was in real estate. Same thing in this. He gets it done. So when he said that, he said, you know, when you sign these executive orders, a lot of them don't get done, and that would be the most important ones. And he would take that executive order that I'd sign, and he would have those people go to whatever agency it was. When are you doing it? Get it done. Get it done. And some guy that maybe didn't want to do it, all of a sudden, he's signing. He just doesn't want to be bothered.
Do a lot of those executive orders have to be codified into law? We need the Republican Congress
and
to follow up.
A lot of them will be, yeah.
They will.
Look, in the meantime, we have 4 years. The beauty is we have 4 years. That's why I like doing it right at the beginning, because an executive order is great. I mean, the one problem, it's both good and bad, because when they did all these executive orders, they canceled most of them. They were terrible. I mean, we're going to go radical left communists. Okay, it was crazy. Their executive orders were so bad. If they ever got them codified, you'd never be able to break them. So the damage that Biden has done to this country, and it's not even Biden, it's the people that circled him in the Oval Office, okay? But the damage they did to this country, in terms of, let's say, open borders, you know, there's so many things, but open borders, we're in our country, and hundreds of thousands of those people are criminals. They're murderers, they're drug dealers, they're gang members, they're people from prisons from all over the world. And we have a great guy, Tom Holman, and he is doing so incredibly. You saw the numbers, they're down like 96%.
95%.
He is a phenomenal guy. And Christy Nome is doing an unbelievable job. And he wanted her, he said, she's so tough. And I said, I don't think of her as that way. You know, she's really nice. He said, no, she's so tough. And she is. I see with the horses, she's riding the horse. Let's go. She's great. But the team we have is really unbelievable. But those executive orders, I sign them, and now they get passed on to him and his group and other people, and they're all getting done. We're getting them done.
Let me go back a little bit to your background, because it's beyond impressive. You were the chief engineer, for example. You were an early believer in Tesla. You became the CEO, and then the chief engineer, which was phenomenal. SpaceX, same thing, which is unbelievable. I mean, you were the first private company to send astronauts successfully into space. First private company to send astronauts into orbit.
Yeah.
That's pretty deep.
He's going to go into orbit soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, he's going to go to Mars. He's
Starlink.
At some point.
Huh?
Yeah.
Is in over.
I mean, they always ask me, like, do you want to die on Mars? And I say, well, yes, but not on impact.
Starlink is in 100 countries. This is going to be
one can
hard.
only
I feel
dream.
like I'm interviewing two brothers here.
You go ahead.
Star Shield, which could be used for national defense.
Yeah, it is already being used for national defense.
Then you have what is it called? Optimus, a part of Tesla.
The robot, yeah.
A robotic arm. Then you have an AI arm. And then you have something that really fascinated me, and it's called Neuralink.
Yes.
You might help the blind to see,
yes,
and people with spinal cord injuries, that they can recover, where in the past, how close is that becoming a success?
Neuralink
Yeah, dude, here is Sean Hannity talking to a billionaire about how dope it is that he wants to brain chip everyone. Okay? Like, Republicans are obviously cooked, but I never really thought how cooked they would be in terms of, like, how susceptible. Like, I didn't think that they'd be this susceptible to propaganda. Okay? Because I feel like this is, I mean, it's like, it's directly what they claim Bill Gates wanted to do. And here is Sean Hannity saying, like, you're trying to do this thing that we've attributed to Bill Gates for years, and it's an overwhelmingly positive thing. I love it. Please, how can I sign up for my brain chip? Like, these guys went from 5G coronavirus vaccines are giving you, they're putting a brain chip in your mind, to, like, Elon Musk is actually going to do that. And it's going to be awesome when he does.
We've implanted Neuralink in 3 patients so far who are quadriplegics, and it allows them to directly control their phone and computer just using their mind, just by thinking. It's like, so we call this product telepathy. So you control your computer and phone just by thinking, and it's possible to actually control the computer and phone faster than someone who has working hands. Then the next step would be to add a second Neuralink implant past the point where the neurons damaged, so that somebody can walk again, and so they can have full body functionality restored. And
you like Bobby, right?
I think I supported Bobby Kennedy. I think he's unfairly maligned as someone who is anti-science. But I think he isn't. He just wants to question the science, which is the essence of the science. The scientific method fundamentally is about always questioning the science.
Well, they didn't tell us the truth about COVID. Correct. That's for sure.
Yes.
And we learned a lot with the Twitter files. And that just then raises a question. You're the richest man in the world. You may not like that part. You're pretty competitive.
It's neither here nor there.
I've known you a long time. But
that's why.
But he's on your team. Well, that's true. He can't top that.
He's good. You know, I wanted to find somebody smarter than him. I searched all over. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't.
You really tried hard.
I couldn't find anyone smarter, right? So we had it for the country.
But this is the thing.
We settled on this.
Well, thanks for having me.
So
I'm just trying to be useful.
This is the interesting. This is where we are as a society, and I hate to do this to you, but I'm going to do it anyway. You're doing all of these things. Nobody at Doge gets paid a penny, correct?
Well, actually, some people are federal employees.
Some are, okay.
Yeah,
they're helping.
But I think it's fair to say that the software engineers at Doge could be earning millions of dollars a year, and instead of earning a small fraction of that as federal employees.
Okay, so
and they're very committed people.
So
yes.
you're committed to helping the blind see, people with spinal cord injuries recover.
Yes.
You're committed to getting to Mars. You're committed to rescue. You're going to help rescue next month 2 astronauts that I think were abandoned. They dispute that in an interview.
At the president's request, or instruction, we are accelerating the return of the astronauts, which was postponed, kind of to a ridiculous degree.
This is a direct shot at Boeing, by the way. They're like, yeah, we'll get SpaceX to return them instead of Boeing. Straight up, that's what that is. He's giving a W.
They got left in space.
They've been there. They were supposed to be there 8 days. They're there almost 300.
Biden.
They were yes, they were left up there for political reasons, which is not good.
Okay, it's not good. Now, if I had to wait,
what political reasons would they be left up there for? Like Biden just wanted to abandon the astronauts in space? Is that what you're saying? Because of woke? The astronauts were not woke. That's why Biden left them there.
Of the pressure of doing that successfully on my shoulders, I think I'd be, but we spoke before we did this interview. You are very confident. You think this will be a successful mission.
Well, we don't want to be complacent.
My suspicion for Boeing, my suspicion for why Boeing didn't do their scheduled flight return was unironically because they were already getting pummeled in the media at the time, and they were worried that these missions are risky and there's a chance for failure. It would have been the final draw for Boeing.
That's possible.
And that's literally the reason why they were like, nah, let's just keep him up there for now. This is my speculation. I'm just assuming that they did it for bottom line purposes.
Makes more sense than
brought
political
astronauts
reasons.
back from the space station many times before, and always with success.
Mm-hmm.
So, as long as we're not complacent.
When are you going to launch?
I think it's about 4 weeks to bring them back.
About 4 weeks?
Yeah.
And
we're being extremely cautious. Yeah.
You now have the go-ahead.
Yes. Well, thanks to you.
They didn't have the go-ahead with Biden.
What's that?
He was going to leave him in space.
It's not political. It's profit related. I suspect that they considered it to be too big a risk, which is still ridiculous to keep him up there for that reason, just so you know.
I think he was going to leave him in space.
Well, it's like we were growing up, lost in space.
Yeah, he didn't want the publicity.
Yeah, Biden has nothing to do with this. Like, if you think that Biden himself made this decision, you're out of your fucking mind.
Can you believe it?
Unbelievable. And so I want to echo something that the president said and then ask an overarching question. So people get hit with Hurricane Helene. They have no communication with the outside world. You come to the rescue. You donated that, I believe?
Yes.
Okay. You donated to the people.
He saved a lot of lives in North Carolina. He saved a lot of lives.
And California after the wildfires?
California, but I mean in North Carolina where they were really in trouble. They had no communication. People were dying. They were dying of starvation. He saved a lot of lives in North Carolina.
Okay. Now you're going to rescue astronauts. And now, and again.
Oh my God. The glaze is crazy. The astronauts themselves a few days ago said this was a lie. The astronauts were scheduled to return in February, but that has been delayed to late March due to testing of SpaceX Crew 10. The Crew 9 missions were reduced to 2 astronauts. No, this is not correct. Another delay, as evidenced by the fact that even the article title says another delay. They were supposed to return a long time ago. It's a Boeing mission. Yeah. After a series of technical hiccups prevented Boeing's Starliner capsule from bringing NASA astronauts Sunita Sonny Williams and Barry Butch Wilmore back to Earth in August 2024, it appears that yet another delay will keep the 2 in space an extra few months. Like, it's not because of politics. It has nothing to do with Biden. It has more to do with Boeing itself. Yeah, they were not abandoned necessarily. That is also ridiculous. But understand that this was not about Biden at all. It was a risk assessment made by Boeing and NASA, but primarily Boeing. And I think the risk assessment was also the safety risk of the return flight, which, but more so the risk assessment of what might happen if there's a failure to Boeing stock. Do they have enough oxygen? Yes, dude. What? No, they're going to kill them. What do you mean? Do they have enough oxygen? Yeah. Oops. I guess they forgot. Do they have enough food? Yes, they have enough everything. What are you guys talking about? Yeah, they get supplies up there. They get resupplied in the process. That's been the rhetoric. That's been the narrative from day one. Stranded, abandoned, stuck. Butch Wilmore said while speaking to CNN's Anderson Cooper from the ISS. But that is, again, not what our human spaceflight program is about. Although Wilmore admitted that he understood why others may think that, he said that they came to space prepared for any and all contingencies that we can conceive of. We don't feel abandoned. We don't feel stuck. We don't feel stranded. The astronaut continued. If you'll help us change the rhetoric, help us change the narrative, let us change it to prepared and committed. That's what we prefer. Oh, anyway, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's technically a blessing you get to spend more time in space looking down at Earth. I mean, the more they going and spending time in the ISS is kind of like how I feel coming back to LA after spending time in Japan. You know, the more time you spend up there away from America, the better, I think.
You do this, I would think.
Bro, did this person just get murdered? Why is every single fucking person hitting me up with a story right now? All of a sudden, out of no, is it in the Discord? Did someone like drop the link in the Discord or something? A fire chief in San Francisco was murdered by right-wingers or something. And now literally everyone in the chat is like, please stop everything and drop it and cover it now. Oh, see, right as I said it, this person, did it just happen? Is that why? I'm going to cover it in a second. Okay, calm down.
Liberals would love the fact that you have the biggest electric vehicle company in the world.
Yeah, I mean, I used to be adored by the left, you know.
Yeah, not anymore.
Less so these days.
He killed that, huh?
I mean, less.
I really did it.
Well, I mean, this whole sort of like, you know, they call it like Trump derangement syndrome, and I didn't, you know, you don't realize how real this is until like you can't reason with people. So like I was at a friend's birthday party in LA, just a birthday dinner, and it was like a nice, quiet dinner, and everyone was behaving normally, and I happened to.
Elon's about to get real autistic in here in a moment. I'm just giving you a trigger warning.
I mentioned, this is before the election, like a month or two before. I happened to mention the president's name. And it was like they got shot with a dart in the jugular that contained like methamphetamine and rabies, okay? And they're like, wow! And I'm like, what is wrong? Guys, like...
He did not like that. He did not like Elon doing that, sitting so close to him.
You can't have like a normal conversation. Yeah. And it's like it's like they become completely irrational.
He has no idea, but if you're friends with him, you pay a price. You know, it's like I walk in a restaurant in New York and it's like half the room gets daggers and they want to.
No, the eye daggers level is insane. Yeah. I mean, there was like I had like some invitation because so I got invited to like basically a big sort of damn event like that was, but it received the invitation like the beginning of last year, and I still attended even after I had endorsed President Trump, and I didn't realize how profoundly that would affect you know, how I was received. I mean, I walk into the room and I'm getting just the dirty looks from everyone. Like, if looks could kill, I would have been dead several times over.
But that was not before Trump.
Like BT, ashes on the floor.
Before Trump, that never happened, right?
No.
I don't even know if Trump likes this. Like, yeah, victimhood stuff is good. Like, it plays well to the base. But I think as a narcissist, he likes being liked as well. And I'm pretty sure the constant reminders that everybody fucking hates him probably does not make him happy. Probably hurts his ego too. The political aspect of the whole Boeing thing is not like Congress politics, it's internal. NASA, SpaceX, Boeing politics. NASA is the ultimate authority with respect to whether the astronauts are brought back. Boeing wanted to bring them back, since not doing that is a major L for them. In classic Musk fashion, he's twisting the truth to benefit himself. They delayed it is because of the failures exhibited, like, or the likelihood that I think Boeing corporate probably pushed back a little bit more on the return flights, like the returning the astronauts back to Earth, because they were worried if they failed.
Welcome back to Hannity.
The insider info? No, this is not insider info. When I talk about Boeing, understand that nothing I'm telling you is something that Murat doesn't tell me shit, okay? And he would never. Are you kidding me? Don't be ridiculous. That's why I said it's my own speculation. Wink, gotcha? No, dude, there's no fucking winking. I'm not winking at all. Don't be a fucking dumbass. You guys are so stupid.
We are back at the White House, and here's part 2 of my exclusive interview with President Trump and Elon Musk. Take a look. This is the $1 million or $1 billion, I'm among billionaires, question. So you have all of this going on, and you stop. In a way, you're still doing it.
It's wild that this is an interview. Oh my God, if one more person says the White House Twitter posts and pictures Trump, long live the king, no joke, I'm just gonna end the broadcast today. I can't deal with this, man. Why are liberals like this, bro? What is happening? Oh my God. Oh my God. Anyway, getting back to what we were talking about. I think it's gotta bother Trump a little bit that Sean Hannity, the #1 glazer, is this aggressively sucking off Elon Musk in front of Donald Trump. This entire interview is just him sucking off Elon, being like, you're the wealthiest person on the planet. You're the greatest person that we've ever seen. You are God's gift to mankind. Why are you so gracious enough to drop everything and just associate yourself with this historically unpopular guy sitting next to you? Why did you cast aside all of the liberal media, all of the like liberal polite society glazing that you got for free for years just to work alongside our incredibly unpopular president? It's like getting in a threesome. It's like being in a three-way and feeling like you're left out because the other two people are just way more invested in each other. Like Sean Hannity's the throat goat. You don't want to see your throat goat throating someone else harder in front of you.
And you partner with him. And this is what you get from the Democrats. You get, nobody voted for Elon. Well, nobody voted for any of your cabinet nominees. Okay, people are dying because of Doge cuts. I'll give you a chance to respond to all that. What Doge is doing is illegal. Elon Musk is more street vernacular for a male body part. It's a constitutional crisis.
Okay. Why are they reacting like this?
Deploying Archangel. Well, I'm not. First of all, do you give it flying rip over #1? And
well, I guess we must be over the target of doing something right. You know, if like they wouldn't be complaining so much if we weren't doing something useful. I think. What all we're really trying to do here is restore the will of the people through the president. And what we're finding is that there's an unelected bureaucracy. Speaking of unelected, there's a vast federal bureaucracy that is implacably opposed to the president and the cabinet. And if you look at, say, DC voting, it's 92% Kamala. Okay, so we're 92% Kamala. That's a lot.
They don't like me here either.
I think about that number a lot. And like 92%, that's basically almost everyone.
Yeah.
And so, but how can you? If
what is this? Do you think everyone working at the federal agencies is living in DC? Do you think that all civil servants like live in DC and wanted Kamala Harris? What kind of statement is this?
If the will of the president is not implemented, and the president is representative of the people, that means the will of the people is not being implemented. And that means we don't live in a democracy, we live in a bureaucracy. And so I think what we're seeing here is the thrashing of the bureaucracy as we try to restore democracy and the will of the people.
Also, do you think that if a Democrat came out and said, if a civil servant under my administration voted for the Republicans, I'm firing you, Sean Hannity would go on television every night and repeat that over and over again and basically call for a civil war, okay? But here is Elon literally saying that in broad daylight to Sean Hannity. And Sean's like, yeah, that's incredible, Mr. President. That's an incredible statement that you just said, Mr. President. No one could have said it like you, Mr. President.
Is this making sense? I mean,
no, of course it does. I mean, to me,
like the notion that civil servants have to be political partisans is also insane.
And our founders, and You really become a student of history, Mr. President, and we've had conversations both on air and off air.
Yeah, he's referring to Elon here, not Trump.
And if we talk about constitutional order or transformational change, nobody can argue that what's happening here is it's going at the speed of light. But however, what were the...
Forgot about FEMA clearly? Yeah. Oh, you mean the FEMA person that immediately got fired for saying that they were not going to offer aid to houses with Trump signs or whatever? What are you talking about? You think that's how the federal government works? Are you stupid? Do you think the federal government is only entirely comprised of Democrats? Like, one, are you that stupid? Because that's not the case. Also, that person ironically wasn't in D.C. for the record. Once again,
principles of our framers and our founders. They wanted limited government, greater freedom for the people. To the specific cutting of waste, fraud, and abuse, that is your goal, is it not?
Yeah,
and women to not be able to vote. Or really, no one who does, I mean, people who don't have any property shouldn't be able to have a say.
My goal was to get great people, and when you look at what this man has done, it was something. I knew him a little bit through the White House. Originally, I'd see him around a little bit. I didn't know him before that. And I respected what he did, and he fought hard. You know, he was maybe questioned for a while. He was having some difficulties. It was not easy doing what he did. I mean, how many people have started a car company and made it really successful and made a better car where it's, you know, beating these big companies that's all they do is cars? I mean, it's really amazing the things that he's done, but I didn't know it as much then as now. I mean, the fruits have sort of taken hold. But I wanted great people. And he's a great person. He's an amazing person. He's also a caring person. You know, he uses the word care. So they signed a contract in a government agency, and it has 3 months, and the guy leaves that signed the contract, and nobody else is there, and they pay the contract for 10 years.
Yeah.
So the guy is getting checks for years and years and years, and he's telling his family, obviously, maybe it was crooked, maybe he paid to get the contract, or maybe he paid that they didn't terminate it. But, you know, we have contracts that go forever, and they've been going for years, and they're supposed to end in 3 months or 5 months or 2 years or something, and they go forever. So the guy is either crooked, you know, where he knew this was going to happen, or he's crooked because he's getting payments that he knows he shouldn't be getting. But they're finding things like that. They're finding things far worse than that. And they're finding billions, and it will be hundreds of billions of dollars worth of fraud. I say waste and abuse, but fraud, waste, and abuse. And he's doing an amazing job. And he attracts a young, very smart type of person. I call them high IQ individuals, and they are. They're very high IQ. And when they go in to see the people and talk to these people, you know, the people think they're going to pull it over. They don't. These guys are smart, and they love the country. You know, there's a certain something. But he uses
so high IQ that they literally looked at budget cuts and basically ran a script, and then once again falsely interpreted the data to say that they did $8 billion in savings when the truth was $8 million in savings. God, I love how high IQ they are.
This is the word care. So people have to care. Like when I bought Air Force One, I negotiated the price. It was $5.7 billion, and I got them down to $1.7 billion. Now, they're not building the plane fast enough. I mean, they're actually in default. Boeing, they're supposed to have been building this thing forever. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
We don't build the way we used to build. You know, we used to build like a ship a day, and now to build a ship is like a big deal. And we're going to get this country back on track. We can do it, but so many things. It takes so long to get things built and get things done. And a lot of it could be something we've been discussing. The regulators go in and they make it impossible to build. They make it very difficult to build anything, whether it's a ship, a plane, or a building, or anything. And some of them do it because they want to show how important they are. Some of them do it maybe because they think they're right. They use the environment to stop progress and to stop things. It's always the environment. It's an environmental problem. It's not an environmental problem at all. But they do a lot of things. And by the way, speaking of that, Lee Zeldin is going to be fantastic in the position. So important. He could take 10 years to approve or disapprove something, or he could do it in a month. You know, just as good. Sure. And I think you're going to see a fantastic job done by him. He's tremendous guy.
You echoed something when I just met you, and it was very similar to what Newt has been saying.
Yeah, deregulate Air Force One.
He brought this country to the dance. This is the opportunity to be transformational and to have, I would argue, the most consequential presidency if we really dig down.
I'd be so happy. Yeah, Boeing is the only deregulation I'm in favor of is deregulating Air Force One. Like the build. Fuck it, YOLO. Fire all the staff that actually is engaging in safety inspections.
And do something that had never been done before, and that is get rid of this bureaucracy. And you say the same thing. It's not done yet. And what do you mean by that?
I mean, winning the election is really the opportunity to fix the system. It is not fixing the system itself. So it's an opportunity to fix the system and to restore the power of democracy. And people like. It's funny how often when these attacks occur, the thing that they're accusing the administration of is what they are guilty of. They're saying that things are being done unconstitutional, but what they are doing is unconstitutional. They are guilty of the crime of which they accuse us.
That's always the first thing they do. It's in violation of the Constitution. They don't even know what they're talking. Well,
it's
they
absurd.
know. It's just a con job. It's a big con job, and they're so bad for the country, so dangerous and so bad. And
well, they do know because I am violating it. But what are they going to do about it?
Media is so bad. When I watch MSNBC, which I don't watch much, but you have to watch the enemy on occasion.
He was going to say MSDNC and he fucked it. MSNBC. He said it correct.
The level of arrogance and cheating, and they're just horrible people. These are horrible people.
They tell conspiracy theories.
And they start up with the Constitution. They couldn't care less about the Constitution.
Oh my God. I can't believe Fox News is like, yeah, other channels are serial liars. Other networks are actively lying, I say, at Fox News, who has first of all, who's been successfully sued for defamation and slander, and also has successfully defended itself in times of the past by claiming that they are not an actual news network.
Constitution. CNN, likewise. I mean, I watch them asking questions with, the hatred with I said, why are you asking the question with such anger? You're asking me a normal question, but you see the bias. The bias is so incredible. And those two are bad. PBS is bad. AP is bad. CBS is terrible. I mean, CBS now, they changed an answer in Kamala. They asked her some questions. She answered them like, a low IQ person, the opposite of him, the absolute opposite. But she gave a horrible answer. They took the entire answer out and they put another answer that she gave 20 minutes later into as the answer. I've never even heard of that. I thought I heard of it all.
I'm going to, just for the sake of saving time, because I could spend, and I've done this on radio and TV, I can spend an hour finding the outrageous amounts of money being spent abroad like USAID, and I just want to mention a couple, but I'm going to scroll it.
Well, I guess at a high level, I think it's what the president mentioned earlier, which is that in order to save taxpayer money, it comes down to two things: competence and caring. And when the president was shown the outrageous bill for the new Air Force One, and then negotiated it down, if the president had not applied competence and caring, the price would have been 50% higher. Literally 50% higher. The president cared, the president was competent, the price was not 50% higher as a result. And so when you add more competence and caring, you get a better deal for the American people.
But we were talking about this yesterday, I could give me thousands of bills. I could pick any one of them.
Yes, exactly.
But I could take all 1,000. And let's say it's a bill for $5,000, just $5,000, and it's done by some bureaucrat. And I don't want to pay you $5, it's too high, I'll give you $3. But they don't do that. If a guy sends in a bill for $5,000, they pay $5,000. They expect to be cut. Everybody expects to be cut. When you send in a bill, you expect to be cut. They send in the bill higher for the most part. This is true with lawyers, legal fees. When they send in legal fees, I can cut. I wish I had the time. I would save so, but I could cut these bills in half, much better than half. But you offer people a much lower number because you know they actually put fat. I'm not even saying it's like a way of business. They put more on because they expect to be negotiated. When you send in a bill to the government, there's nobody to negotiate.
Yes.
You send in a bill for $10,000, and they send you a check back for $10,000. If you would call them and said, "We'll give you 5," no, I need more than 5. We'll give you 5. I'm not going to pay any more than 5. I will make it 6. No, I'm not going to make it 6. And you'll settle for $5,500. You've just cut the bill almost in half, and it took like 2 minutes. But none of that's
Someone
done.
call out the art of the
But that's
deal?
caring. No, it's not even the art of the deal. It's caring. He uses the word. It's caring.
Yeah.
It's a certain competence, but I think it's more caring than competence.
If you add either ingredient, either competence or caring, you'll get a better outcome. But it stands to reason that if you don't have competence, you don't have caring, you're going to get a terrible deal. And the problem is that the American taxpayers have been getting a terrible deal because look at the last administration.
The part that hurts the most is that what they're saying is technically not incorrect, especially in terms of like how the federal government is utilized. Like, yes, government contracts are mint. Okay, look at the Department of Defense. This is perhaps one of the greatest areas where you can immediately see rampant corruption. Okay, government has basically unlimited money, and private companies love getting government contracts. So there is truth to all of the things that they're saying as far as like how much they bill and overcharge the government. Ironically enough, none of that actually returns back to the workers either, mind you. It's literally just the executives that are getting paid for all of their negotiations. And it's not even really a negotiation. It's basically lobbying on the front end, and then just getting these fat contracts on the receiving end. Having said that, maybe in defense, but as a federal contractor, that is not the case. They keep costs down everywhere and cut funding down on almost all proposals, especially in worth over 100
Racist.
Okay. Why are they reacting like this?
Well, first of all, do you give a flyer?
Because they want to show how important they are. Some of them do it maybe because they think they're right. They use the environment to stop progress and to stop things. It's always the environment. It's an environmental problem. It's not an environmental problem at all. But they do a lot of things. And by the way, speaking of that, Lee Zeldin is going to be fantastic in the position. It's so important. He could take 10 years to approve or disapprove something, or he could do it in a month. You know, just as good.
Sure.
And I think you're going to see a fantastic job done by him. He's a tremendous guy.
Newt, you echoed something when I just met you, and it was very similar to what Newt has been saying.
Yeah, deregulate Air Force One.
Where he brought this country to the dance. This is the opportunity to be transformational and to have, I would argue, the most consequential presidency if we really dig down.
I'd be so happy. Yeah, Boeing is the only deregulation I'm in favor of is deregulating Air Force One. Like the builds. Fuck it, YOLO. Fire all the staff that actually is engaging in safety inspections.
And do something that had never been done before, and that is get rid of this bureaucracy. And you say the same thing. It's not done yet. And what do you mean by that?
I mean, winning the election is really the opportunity to fix the system. It is not fixing the system itself. So it's an opportunity to fix the system and to restore the power of democracy. And people like. It's funny how often when these attacks occur, the thing that they're accusing the administration of is what they are guilty of. They're saying that things are being done unconstitutional, but what they are doing is unconstitutional. They are guilty of the crime of which they accuse us.
That's always the first thing they do. He's in violation of the Constitution. They don't even know what they're talking. Well,
it's absurd.
It's just a con job. It's a big con job, and they're so bad for the country. It's so dangerous and so bad. And
well, they do know because I am violating it. But what are they going to do about it?
Media is so bad. When I watch MSNBC, which I don't watch much, but you have to watch the enemy on occasion.
He was going to say MSDNC, and he fucked it. MSNBC. He said it correct.
The level of arrogance and cheating, and they're just horrible people. These are horrible people.
They tell conspiracy theories.
And they start up with the Constitution. They couldn't care less about the Constitution.
Oh my God. I can't believe Fox News is like, other channels are serial liars. Other networks are actively lying, I say, at Fox News, who has first of all, who's been successfully sued for defamation and slander, and also has successfully defended itself in times of the past by claiming that they are not an actual news network.
Constitution. CNN, likewise. I mean, I watch them asking questions with, the hatred with them. I said, why are you asking the question with such anger? You're asking me a normal question, but you see the bias. The bias is so incredible. Those two are bad. PBS is bad. AP is bad. CBS is terrible. I mean, CBS now, they changed an answer in Kamala. They asked her some questions. She answered them like, a low IQ person, the opposite of him, the absolute opposite. But she gave a horrible answer. They took the entire answer out and they put another answer that she gave 20 minutes later into the as the answer. I never even heard of that. I thought I heard of it all.
I'm going to, just for the sake of saving time, because I could spend, and I've done this on radio and TV, I can spend an hour finding the outrageous amounts of money being spent abroad, like USAID, and I just want to mention a couple, but I'm going to scroll it.
Well, I guess at a high level, I think it's what the president mentioned earlier, which is that in order to save taxpayer money, it comes down to two things: competence and caring. And when President was shown the outrageous bill for the new Air Force One, and then negotiated it down, if the president had not applied competence and caring, the price would have been 50% higher. Literally 50% higher. The president cared, the president was competent, the price goes not 50% higher as a result. And so when you add more competence and caring, you get a better deal for the American people.
But we could take, we were talking about this yesterday, I could take and give me thousands of bills. I could pick any one of them.
Yes, exactly.
But I could take all 1,000. And let's say it's a bill for $5,000, just $5,000, and it's done by some bureaucrat. And I don't want to pay you 5, it's too high, I'll give you 3. But they don't do that. If a guy sends in a bill for $5,000, they pay $5,000. They expect to be cut. Everybody expects to be cut. When you send in a bill, you expect to be cut. They send in the bill higher for the most part. This is true with lawyers, legal fees. When they send in legal fees, I can cut. I wish I had the time. I would save some, but I could cut these bills in half, much better than half. But you offer people a much lower number because you know they actually put fat. I'm not even saying it's like a way of business. They put more on because they expect to be negotiated. When you send in a bill to the government, there's nobody to negotiate.
Yes.
You send in a bill for $10,000 and they send you a check back for $10,000. If you would call them and said, we'll give you 5. No, I need more than 5. We'll give you 5. I'm not going to pay any more than 5. I will make it 6. No, I'm not going to make it 6. And you'll settle for $5,500. You've just cut the bill almost in half, and it took like 2 minutes. But none of that stuff.
Someone call out the art of the deal?
But that's caring. No, it's not even the art of the deal. It's caring. He uses the word. It's caring. It's a certain competence, but I think it's more caring.
If you add either ingredient, either competence or caring, you'll get a better outcome. But it stands to reason that if you don't have competence, you don't have caring, you're going to get a terrible deal. And the problem is that the American taxpayer is going to be getting a terrible deal because look at the last administration.
The part that hurts the most is that what they're saying is technically not incorrect, especially in terms of like how the federal government is utilized. Like, yes, government contracts are mint. Okay, look at the Department of Defense. This is perhaps one of the greatest areas where you can immediately see rampant corruption. Okay, government has basically unlimited money, and private companies love getting government contracts. So there is truth to all of the things that they're saying as far as like how much they bill and overcharge the government. Ironically enough, none of that actually returns back to the workers either, mind you. It's literally just the executives that are getting paid for all of their negotiations. And it's not even really a negotiation. It's basically lobbying on the front end, and then just getting these fat contracts on the receiving end. Having said that, maybe in defense, but as a federal contractor, that is not the case. They keep costs down everywhere, and cut funding down on almost all proposals, especially in HHS, EPA, etc. Everything, even when you're going for the lowest bidder, everything on that side of the industry is up. Like the costs are absolutely upcharged. Having said that, because everyone else that's competing with you is also marking up. Having said that, the reason why I get very frustrated about this is that this asshole right here also does that. He is perhaps the greatest beneficiary of the public-private partnership. There is not a single company that he operates that does not rely entirely on either government subsidies or government contracts. That's why it's so frustrating to watch this guy be like, yeah, they're just, they're stealing money. That's just crazy. It's so annoying.
Can any reasonable person say the last administration was either competent or caring?
But they lied to us and said that Joe didn't have a cognitive.
They fully lied.
They said the borders were closed. They said that the borders were secure. They said that, right now, they said Obamacare would save.
They flat out lied.
They flat out lied.
Insane.
Yeah, I've covered this before, but also this asshole, Donald Trump, personally overcharged Secret Service 3 times the price and still does to this day. So everything that these guys are saying, they have done personally. That's what's so goddamn annoying about this. It's like a bunch of bank robbers who are now in charge of the bank and are saying, you know what?
the weekend, the acting commissioner of the Social Security Administration left her position after Elon Musk and the Doge Groiper Twinks posters demanded access to the sensitive data at the administration, which is a theme across this less than, full month of Trump being in office, which is Elon Musk, who is trying to set up a banking service via X, formerly Twitter, has been combing around in the financial records of every American individual, nonprofit, and business, and seemingly feeding it into his AI or his algorithm. We still don't necessarily know what exactly he's doing with this information. Not that it matters, because it's a massive agreed upon security and privacy breach, funneling our most sensitive information to the world's richest man, who is also a complete lunatic that believes we're going to be able to colonize Mars or whatever. And
still calling it an efficiency and government regulation trimming operation too, which is really stupid.
Real lie. Yeah.
Organization just said.
Yeah. News organizations need to be more explicit about it. I mean, even their fear about calling his Nazi salute what it was, it was proven correct in the same week when he went to meet or went to speak at the AfD far-right rally in Germany about forgetting their past. And previously having endorsed anti-Semitic conspiracy theories on that platform. Like, he has, with his massive amounts of wealth, intimidated vast swaths of the press, and has been going after this federal workforce for weeks at this point. So the Social Security Administration acting commissioner left her position. Her name was Michelle King. She had spent several decades working on behalf of Social Security so that our seniors nearly can get their payments. Nearly 2/3 of seniors kept out of poverty due to Social Security. It's one of our most important government functions, if not the most important government function, that or Medicare. It's hard to say. But last week, like we saw at the DOJ, Trump had to basically bypass a bunch of senior executives at the Social Security Administration to get his Bork, somebody who would sign off on giving Elon Musk access to the Social Security data. And here he is last week at the Oval Office in this weird press conference where he used his son as a human shield, spreading the conspiracy theory that has the false claim, the lie that has continued into this week about Social Security. This is how it originated, or at the very least how he introduced this to the public.
Your tax dollars need to be spent wisely on the things that matter to the people. Like AI. I mean, these things, it's just common sense. It's not. It's not draconian or radical. I think it's really just saying, let's look at each of these expenditures and say, is this actually in the best interest of the people? And if it is, it's approved. If it's not, we should think about it. So, there's crazy things like
pause real quick. That's what Congress does when they pass those bills.
Yep, they go. Also, Social Security is self-funding. People pay into it their entire lives, and you don't need to find the fraud that he's describing. We'll debunk it in a second, but 69 million Americans rely on Social Security.
Yeah, but let's spend billions of dollars to give this guy to make spy satellites.
It's essentially a pension fund for retirees that we've made into a federal government program. So this is not the place to look for waste, fraud, and abuse, but that's not what he's looking for. He's trying to steal our data so he can make more money with his banking service.
So, there's crazy things like just cursory examination of Social Security, and we've got people in there that are 150 years old. Now, do you know anyone who's 150? I don't. Okay. They should be on the Guinness Book of World Records. They're missing out.
Get that fuck out of the fucking Oval Office.
So,
holy goddamn shit.
I think they're probably dead. It's my guess. or they should be very famous, one of the two. And then there's a whole bunch of Social Security payments where there's no identifying information. Well, like, why is there no identifying information? Obviously, you want to make sure that people who deserve to receive Social Security do receive it.
Why are you wearing a trench coat?
And that they receive it quickly and accurately.
Weirdo.
Accurately received.
Inside, too. Take your coat off. You're inside, bro. You got your hat on.
One of the things is like...
That's some respect. You're no tangent. You're standing next to the president. You got your coat on, your hat on. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Every American
fuck Trump,
that has
do
worked
it. Have some fucking
is paying
self-awareness,
into Social Security.
Fuck.
This is how it gets funded. When you pay your taxes, you're paying into Social Security. There's nobody who's undeserving of Social Security who is paying into Social Security. Broadly.
That benefit fraud thing, like there was something in Japan, I believe it was, where it was literally moving their age expectations up because there are so many people actually doing this. But even in that scenario, this is a fraction of what the government actually pays. And the idea that we're looking at this sort of thing, this low-level petty like benefit fraud, which happens but at a minuscule level instead of the amount we're giving to the Pentagon to lose in foreign wars and stuff like that, it's a big con.
It is, and he's also so dumb that he's misreading the data that he's describing here, as are his little minions. But here's Caroline Leavitt last night on Sean Hannity's show responding to the freak out about this, rightly so, that people are like, oh my gosh, Social Security, this is one of the most popular programs in the country. And Musk's lie about the 150-year-old plus people is repeated here by the White House spokesperson.
Yeah, there's no evidence about that.
This is a promise President Trump campaigned on. He is now delivering on it. And I've been fighting fake news reporters all day long here in the Washington, D.C. swamp who are trying to fearmonger the American people into believing that this administration is going after their hard-earned tax dollars and their hard-earned Social Security checks. So I want to set the record straight on your show tonight, Sean, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity to do so. President Trump has directed Elon Musk and the Doge team to identify fraud at the Social Security Administration. They haven't dug into the books yet, but they suspect that there are tens of millions of deceased people who are receiving fraudulent Social Security payments. And so their goal in going into the Social Security Administration is to identify three things. Number one, to identify duplicate payments and to end them. Number two, to identify payments that are going to deceased people who are no longer living and should no longer be receiving that money. And number three, to protect the integrity of this system for hardworking Americans who have been paying into it their entire lives. So rest assured to all of the people watching your show tonight, if you paid into the system, honestly, you will continue to receive your Social Security checks. Do not buy into the lies from the legacy fake news media who are trying to fear you and scare you into believing otherwise. This is what we've seen them do about President Trump for years with every promise that he has made. And he's going in there to protect your hard-earned money. That is the ultimate goal.
That is not the ultimate goal. They have to reassure the gerontocratic audience of Fox News that their Social Security payments, which many of them rely on, are not going to be touched. But here's the reality. Wired, which has been doing incredible reporting really since Trump got inaugurated, covering Musk in particular and his efforts, have debunked this. And listen to how silly this is. Scroll down to the part that starts with computer programmers. Computer programmers quickly claimed that the 150 figure was not evidence of fraud, but rather the result of a weird quirk of the Social Security Administration's benefit system, which was largely written in COBOL, C-O-B-O-L, a 60-year-old programming language that undergirds SSA's databases as well as systems from many other U.S. government agencies. COBOL, C-O-B-O-L, is rarely used today, and as such, Musk's cadre of young engineers may well be unfamiliar with it, because COBOL does not have a date type. Some implementations rely on a system where all dates are coded to a reference point. The most commonly used is May 20th, 1875, as this was the date of an international standard-setting conference held in Paris known as the Convention du Mètre. These systems default to the reference point when a birth date is missing or incomplete. meaning all of those entries in 2025 would show an age of 150. That's just one possible explanation for what Doge allegedly found. Musk could also have simply looked up the Social Security Administration's own website, which explains that since September 2015, the agency has automatically stopped benefit payments, which when anyone reaches the age of 115. 115! So they've automatically done that. Are there going to be a few cases that slip through the cracks? Potentially. But it's on its own website, debunking the premise of his entire claim. However, on Monday morning, Musk doubled down, posting a screenshot of what he claims were figures from the Social Security database to X, writing that the numbers of people in each age bucket with the death field set to false. The figures suggest that over 10 million people aged over 120 were collecting benefits. Maybe Twilight is real and there are a lot of vampires collecting Social Security. Oh, a Twilight reference. How topical, Musk wrote.
What a science genius.
The database Musk took the screenshot from listed almost 400 million people, which is more than 5 times the number of people receiving benefits in 2024, according to the Social Security Administration's own website. It's also significantly more than the entire United States population. So the genius coder, who's not a coder, or what he thinks he's an engineer, but he's never really invented anything in his life except for Teslas that are more unsafe than the Ford Pinto, that Cybertruck, except for Neuralink, which keeps killing monkeys, except
SpaceX,
for
which keeps dropping satellites into air traffic routes.
Yeah, he was an early investor in PayPal, was kicked out of that, tried to make it into X. He did buy into Tesla, that's true. But he really wants to think of himself as this genius coder, but he couldn't figure out that was essentially a reference point for data that was incomplete. And none of his little Groyper neo-Nazi 4chaners could figure that out either. Damn, maybe you've got to expand your hiring pool for Doge outside of the Discord. Insane.
Hitchens' razor, coined by Christopher Hitchens, what can be asserted without evidence can also be dismissed without evidence. It is crazy that we are, a month into this almost, and none of the claims of fraud or whatever has been substantiated at all with anything other than that sort of screenshot bullshit, which is immediately debunkable. And yet we still have major institutions. Wired's doing a great job. Politico, though, every single time they mention Doge, they credit it as a good faith regulation. And
all right, we're going to the DMZ. We're going to the DMZ. We're doing it. We have a date in El Mazra with our good friend John Slot, the murderer of many in Call of Duty. Yo. Hello. Hello. Oh, I heard something. It was like a crackle. Heard another crackle. I'm still here. FYI. Waiting for comms. if you can text me whether or not you can hear me. That might be helpful, but I'm not even sure if you can. Excuse me. Settings. Well, I know nothing's changed. Chat. It's on. Party only. Oh. So you can hear me, but you can't hear yourself. Interesting. How about I say restart your system? I'm gonna
John?
Yeah, oh, there you are.
Yeah, no, duh. It's a stupid volume slider on my strap for some reason got turned off.
Oh yeah, that happens. No worries, no worries. How are you?
All right, doing pretty good.
I think that's probably why you were a little quiet on my end, because I think because I'm still using the headset you gave me a while back, and it's got a volume well, and I think that was turned. So let me know if you get an echo. I'll turn down.
All right.
And actually, I'm gonna work pretty loud. Oh god damn it!
Okay.
There,
Are you there?
Yes.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I'm not used to this menu, so if I'm moving around trying to do stuff, and then all of a sudden, next thing I know, I backed out all the way. I'm like, oh god damn it!
No worries, it's totally fine. I get that. I do that.
Trying to add money to my account. That's all I was trying to do.
Oh man,
that worked out well.
Well, I'm
all right. So you saw the text, and I mean. So yeah, I mean, like when my first question to AI today was, hey, if you're pyro, do you only spawn when there's a weapons case? And it's like, no, he can spawn with it, but not necessarily. But if you go to one of the he's usually, I think he's almost always at one of the three locations, and most often at the embassy, whether or not you see a weapons case. But if you go to any of those locations without there being a weapons case, and you don't hear, you have entered a, a zone that's, whatever, Pyro will make himself known.
Right, yeah, I knew that.
If he doesn't, then it's just a waste of time.
Right, and
so,
you should move on.
Yeah. Yeah, so now this other guy's saying you can buy a key for 30 grand. Whoa. But I'm saying let's not do that just yet, because like it sure looks like if you go inside those places, it's like hell on earth. There's exploding barrels. He's got a riot
question
shield.
though, if we kill him through the window, how do we grab what he drops?
Well, you won't get, that's true, you won't. You'll just basically get the score for killing him. So yeah, that's a good point. You're not going to get the golden skull and his weapon, and I guess is that what the weapons case is? His weapon?
Yeah, I think it's like a shotgun or something. Okay, he's using like a shotgun with like dragon breath.
Okay. Right. Yeah, so you're not going to get that, but you'd get the credit for killing him.
Right, you get that.
So yeah, it's kind of like, I mean, whatever. I mean, we could try it either way, I guess. But and this other guy is saying on Reddit that you can go to the embassy and fucking see something about standing on top of a door and then crouching and then it will let you in. I'm like, what? I wish I could see that.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Weird.
I saw that you sent that. I didn't get a chance to really read it.
I'll read the key point right now, and maybe we can both try to remember this, though it's hard to visualize. He says, okay, in embassy, the pyro will always be on the second floor in the conference room.
Second floor.
You can actually enter.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
You can actually enter without a key in embassy. You do this by going to the roof. Go on top of the door that gives you access to the stairs, whatever that means, and go prone. On top of the door that gives you access to the stairs.
Okay, maybe is that? I mean, I'm thinking like maybe there's like, sometimes on roofs there's like it's like a little structure where it's like it has a door and it's basically like the top of a staircase. You know what I mean? Like a small it would be like the inside of the very top of the staircase going down. So it's going to be like a very small, with a door, kind of little, like a very small structure, that, like almost like phone booth sized. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe on top of something like that.
As you go prone, then you will get a prompt that allows you to open, like when you're in a stronghold. This will allow you to open the door without a key only for that spot, because I guess the roof of that little elevated area is closer to the door. That's all he says.
So weird. I wonder if this is a glitch.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems like either this could be something somebody's making up too. Fucking.
Maybe I don't know.
It could have been changed.
Glitch? That's that embassy.
Yeah. Embassy, it sounds like if there's no weapons case, usually he's at embassy, so just go there. But we've done that and he's not been there. We've also gone there and he has been there.
Right.
So anyway, let's go see what we get. I'm not going to bring in 30 grand this go. I'm going to bring two. I'm going to bring $2,000 so that we can get plates.
I've got $2,000 as well.
You got to get plates. There's no way we'll do this without plates.
Mm-hmm.
I'm bringing in Ghost with a double plate vest because seems to be the best.
I'm bringing in my.
I'm ready.
I'm bringing in my 5.56 Icarus. Oops. Yeah, the 5.56 armor piercing, which it has been working for me. All right, I'm ready to jump in.
Right, and yep, ready. It wouldn't be DMZ without a couple technical glitches either on their part or my part.
Of course. Yeah, that's the real. That's what I'm really nostalgic
good old
for.
Times, Yeah. John, your volume's off. John, your volume's off. I can hear you.
It crashed. The good days.
Yeah. The good old days. I had 2 total absolute failure runs last night in DMZ. Then I went back one more time. I'm just going in to try to get money and vests and crap. Self-revives. The third time I went in, I managed to drill a safe, get the contents of the safe, and get out of there with $23,000.
Wow. Okay. Nice. Holy shit.
That was pretty sweet.
You broke a safe on your own. That's pretty badass.
It was in this little shack, and there was a lot of enemies outside, but they weren't like busting in. They were kind of like just hovering outside the door, and I just waited them out. And
really, wow!
And I went out guns blazing. I was really close to the exfil too, where the safe was. So then I could just run over there and get the hell out of there.
Beautiful. Real nice.
I didn't run into any players. Yeah, that's always. I almost exfilled the second time, but some players were on the helicopter, and it was one of those, you know, intense battles inside that helicopter. It was kind of weird too, because the helicopter exfilled, and I was kind of dangling off the bottom of it, like still alive, where I could like plea for help, but nobody could.
Oh, no way.
Rather weird. Then I finally just dropped, you know. God, I'm sick of this weather, man. When does this cold break?
Monday.
Monday?
Monday. It's gonna be slightly like quote unquote warmer.
Enemy threat is high, so expect contact.
And like over the next couple days, it'll feel better than it did today. Sorry.
No.
I'm on the oh shit.
Oh, there's a shop real close. Let's go there. I don't see any weapons case.
Wait, okay, so what are the three places? It's embassy. Is it the airport? Or is it?
No, it's called Control Tower.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, it's right there.
Okay.
Yeah. So we could go there. Let's go to the shop.
Yeah, we'll go to the shop
the
first,
control
and
tower,
yeah, we'll
maybe.
see if maybe he's hanging out in the control tower.
Yeah. Yeah, just beware of snipers on that control tower. I think
like players.
Fuck players. Yeah. Of course, they need time to get up there too. But.
Oh, taking shots.
Yep, there's guys over there.
I'm throwing a Molotov. Oh, I killed one. Ooh, nice. Direct hit. Flying throw. All right, this is gonna be a good game. I can tell already. Shit. Until right. Done.
Guys behind us.
Oh, are you serious? We're getting sandwiched? All right, I got this wall over here. I'm pushing this guy here. All right, dropped. Reloading.
Best off.
All right. How you doing? Picture of a man. All right, I'm gonna take this RPK for my secondary. Back here. On drive. All right, we're right on top of the shop. Let's do it. Oops! Oh, taking shots. Where is he? Where is he? All right, got a couple. I got eyes on 4 people.
They're dropping. Yep.
Oh my god. Okay. I just murdered 2.
There's more down here.
Alright, I'm coming to you. Whoa, is there behind you? I thought I heard something.
Yeah, so did I. Didn't see him though.
Fudge. These guys are shooting at us. Hostile squad, securing stronghold. Don't care. No, over here.
Who is this?
Oh shit.
Grenade out.
Are you kidding? Oh, he's got a rocket launcher. He missed brutally though. Alright, I'm plating up.
Alright, I'm going.
Oh shit, we still got. Okay, I'll try to get this guy if you want to go to the shop and get some armor.
Alright,
I got guys coming this way. I see 3.
Go to the shop.
Hey, come to my spot and get some cover here and take out these guys. Or work on it. I'll come back to you once I get some plates. All right, come to the shop. Be careful. I see you dropped a plate here. All right. All right.
Yeah, I've got 12 plates. So
yeah, I've got
a helicopter.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Outside.
All right.
Let's run away from that.
Oh shit! Okay. I got a shot. I already busted out my grenade. I killed one. I've been having some good luck with these. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
All right, so we're going to the control tower, right?
Yeah.
Taking fire.
Well, yeah, we're right on the tower, and Oh, we can go in here.
Oh yeah, we are.
You've entered a denied area. Stay sharp.
All right. Well, we did
Oh, yeah,
not.
we're not going to be able to get in.
And
Wait,
we did not get the pyro notification.
that's right. So let's get the hell out of here. We can exfil or.
Oh shit! Yeah, let's keep running the direction we're going away from this area. Okay. I'm gonna hide behind this wall over here. Look, see at the map. All right, so we got an exfil pretty close.
Marking HLC.
Or we could try to head to Embassy too.
See.
That is.
That's kind of far.
Oh yeah, it's way.
Yeah, it's way
up
north.
here.
Yeah, because we're like on the south end.
Yeah, let's exfil.
Yeah, let's get out of here. I have 0 money though. If we can do some moving on the way. Oh shit.
Yeah, I didn't really get much.
And we don't take the plates with us, do we?
No.
Alright, well, let's get in a little trouble. And plus, we have a lot of time. Let's loot as much as we can around some buildings over here. I say we gas mask. No rage. My backpack is just full of dates, which is cool.
Sure, you look for any keys too. Maybe we'll get lucky.
Oh, good call, good call.
Embassy key or something.
Very good call. Looking for keys.
And these shacks. Here. Want to move up?
Yeah. Shit in here.
Nothing up there.
Actually, if
crap fucking shack is this?
There's I mean, there's a LMG here.
LMG marked.
No, I'm good.
Alright, give me a second. If you can cover, I'm going to. I gotta change a second, but because I am fully on. Holding or reload. God damn it, where is it? Yeah, I can't. No matter, okay. Moving on.
Keep a looting. I'll follow you.
Let's hit up over here.
Moving.
Guy over there to the right. Guys to the right.
Well, let's take him out. Any money? Oh, someone.
Oh, another guy. There looks like a player there. Is that a player?
What? Where?
That was a rocket launcher.
Oh no, that was a
I
player.
marked him.
Dunzo. These are all AI. Shit.
Grenade!
Shit.
Ooh.
Shit, we're getting sandwiched, I think. I'm gonna kill this guy. So we get this wall cover here. Took out 2.
Ultra One, activity is increasing near your location.
No ammo.
Alright, I got a box. Don't drop us a box. You take out this guy. Alright.
I brought some. I brought. Oh, you did already.
Well, I killed this guy. No, I dropped the guy. I dropped my box here.
Oh, okay, don't. Because I had anti-armor rounds.
Okay,
cool. So I just got.
Oh shit!
They're not
Launcher.
shareable.
God, I just played it up too. Where's this guy? Oh, I see him. He's over here. He's dead as shit. All right, where's you said you dropped a box, right?
No, the ammo that I brought in, the anti-armor rounds were not shareable. They just went right in my gun.
Well, I've got
dropping ammo here.
What is there another fucking
launcher
there? I don't know.
Get to cover.
Shit. All right, up here.
Got a custom weapon moving here. Marking enemy fire.
Oh, got him. Smoke. I've got 9 plates. How you doing?
Good. I got 11.
Sweet. Okay. Right.
Keep looting?
Yeah. This thing pretty. So we got 15 minutes here. Wish those guys dropped more money.
Key or self-revive or something. Ooh, self-revive.
Nice.
Ask and you shall receive.
Yeah.
Got
Blessings. Oh, got a guy over
Eyes
here.
on an enemy fighter. Enemy fighter here.
And semi-auto. See if I can. Alright, sweet. Silence
Ultra
did
One,
his job.
advised, an operator in your area needs medical.
$100. Be worth it. Oh shit, take shots. Oh shit, oh Christ, he's something. Oh, semi, took out 2. They broke as hell as well. It's a really nice, like, table here. Couple chairs. Nice for a couple drinks. Uh-oh, you taking
that
rocket
sounded
shots?
Like a launcher. Sounds like it.
Trying to eye him. He blew up that ride. Fortunately. We were gonna take it anyway. Oh shit. Shots on the right. Over here.
Moving.
Dead, he's dead.
Ultra One, you've got hostile reinforcements incoming.
Let's oh shit.
There's a guy
oh my
right there.
god.
Right in front of you. Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
he's
good.
dead. Oh, key, what is this? El Said Shopping Center.
Oh, there's a rocket launcher.
Alright,
I suggest we get out of here.
alright, yeah, cool. Gotcha.
Find this building.
Alright, I've got eyes on the green smoke.
Any jackets for keys? Cash.
I'm just pushing near the zone. I'm not calling it in yet. I'll call in. But
okay.
I'm gonna see if there's anything to do over here. But we're taking shots like a motherfucker. Where? Who's them? This is not the best exfil. Not a lot of cover over here.
All right, I'm gonna come to you if you wanna.
Be advised, threat level is high.
You wanna go? Let's go.
Oh, I got enemies
Eyes
all
on
over
an enemy
here.
fighter.
All right. I'm coming. Then hold on. I'll be.
No,
I'll
I
be
had
there in a
my
second.
silencer. I'm hoping I can take out without noticing. Not really. All right.
Ultra One, extraction
Oh,
is
yeah.
inbound at this time.
Shit.
Ultra One,
I'm right.
enemy threat is moderate near your
I don't know if you can see where I'm at.
Yeah, I see you. I'm just keeping an eye out. I'm gonna take out any enemies and steal shit. Again. Got a pretty decent spot here. Pretty good. Guess you can get right out.
Ultra One, we have visual on the LZ. Keep it clear.
Alright. Chopper's coming.
Visual on the exfil bird.
Chopper. Found a gold bar, so I got 2
Oh
grand
my
if I can
god,
get
that's
out of here with
awesome.
it.
Dino 4 is holding at the extraction point.
Alright. We got 30 seconds. I'm covering you.
Alright, cool. Back
Dino
at the
to
back.
actual. All objectives
Front door.
secure. We're RTV
Easy
at this time.
peasy. I'm watching out over here. I'm super scared. Nothing.
Wait.
Alright. You want to jump out and catch a train?
We could. It's not press or left. I wonder what it would do. Would it let you,
Yeah, I think you can
continue
jump
the
out.
game? Probably. Yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I wouldn't. I've never risked it. Oh shit, you got time for one more?
Yeah, let's give it another try if you got.
Oh yeah, let me
get in quickly in this game.
Empty out. And just key away. Alright. I'm gonna hit leave match with party. Hopefully we stay together. Alright? 3, 2, 1. I still got you?
Yeah.
Sweet. Alright. Not gonna
Alright, good. I got a self-revive.
Alright, let me, alright, I've got, what kind of key did I get? The El Said Shopping Center key. Stones. Stone that RPK. New stem. V-box. And all of a sudden, oh, and I've got, let me empty. Take out. Hey, it won't let me. Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Right on. All right, I'm gonna take in another 15 hundo in the bank. I'll take it. All right, ready to go when you are.
All right. Yes, I am ready. Come on, Pyro. Look at this guy.
Yeah, they're gonna be. Looks like they're doing a lot of work on this building, man.
Oh, is tomorrow your day off? Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So I'm not sure when they're gonna be here, but whatever. I'm gonna take the chance to do some cleaning. I'm pretty bad on that. Could be worse. I was just watching. There's a YouTube channel. This guy named Papa Meat. This other channel called Meat Can, where he does like animation. But he also has this other channel with just him, and he's just like talking about stuff. And he had an episode released today about hoarders, like some really bad cases. And like I watch stuff like that, and I'm like, oh, I'm fine. I'm completely sane. Like I couldn't do it.
I just read an article Neil Steinberg wrote about this. It was I think it was a physician, a pediatric doctor, somewhere in the suburbs out here. She was moving to Florida, and she hired some movers. And as they were moving boxes, they saw her trying to slide this one box outside, and this lady's head pop up out of a plastic bin. It was like completely malnourished and like near death.
Wait, what? What?
Like
What came out?
Flipped out.
A cat?
A dog.
Oh, a dog. Oh shit.
Dog was like confined to a bin, malnourished for like a month. And this Indian pediatrician lady, was moving, and that's how they found it. And they immediately sprang into action and took the dog to a healthcare place. And the dog survived. The woman moved to Florida. By the time the police went there, she was gone.
No.
So they just arrested her.
Oh no shit.
So yeah, and she was a hoarder. They were talking about hoarding and
fucking psycho, bro.
Okay. No, crazy, right? What is
Damn,
up
bro.
with that kind of mentality? Okay, let's look for a shop and also.
I think we're near the embassy.
Ooh.
Oh wait.
The shop right here.
And there is a weapons case on the embassy.
All right, let's go to that shop first. Get our plates.
Right. First
All
one,
right,
or
this
do I
is
go?
it.
Oh yeah, we gotta. This is the run. That pyro murders us.
How many times we run of destiny?
No, this is it.
To call
Run of destiny.
12 times the charm.
Calling it.
I don't know how many runs of destiny we had. There was quite a few though.
We had at least a baker's dozen.
Ultra One, enemy threat is moderate in the AO.
Trust the moderate.
Let's see, anybody?
Oh, inside.
Oh boy, I'm coming here, I'm coming here. Oh shit, oh god damn it.
Fire.
Okay. Where's this guy? Alright, take him out. Where's your friend?
He's dead. He's dead. I just killed him.
Okay. Oh, you're alive. Oh, sick, sweet. Oh no, shit, no, he's a player. Third. We got a third. Did you get him?
He's dead.
Nice.
Yeah, where are you?
Right here.
Don't worry, you'll make it.
Oh my god, dude. That
Heart
was
attack.
sick.
I'm having a heart attack.
We took out a
Ultra One, an operator is near your location and requesting
No,
medical.
we're taking your shit, bro. Shit. I got stronghold key here. Well. Okay. Alright, where's the shop?
Can't open the. Can you open this enemy pack? I can't seem to open it right here.
No.
Oh well.
Oh,
I don't know why. Isn't that weird?
That's weird.
Ooh, 3-plate medic vest. Ooh.
Nice. It's yours.
All right, let's go.
Oh wait,
where's that shop?
That's a 2-plate medic vest. That's the one you're talking about?
No, I just switched. I switched up.
Oh, okay. I'll take the 2-plate.
I got
medic.
his.
I got just a regular 2.
Okay.
All right. I'm getting some plates.
I'll try to cover you. Ooh, money sitting here on the table. Take that.
I am full of plates. All 3 of them are asking for help.
Okay, let's go. Let's get to that. Let's get out of here because this is a hot zone.
Sorry, assholes. We're dickheads.
Yeah, I self-revived, and the other guy was self-reviving, and I beat him to self-revive, and then I was standing over him, and I killed him, and then another guy showed up. I threw a Molotov at him, and then that almost finished him off.
Yeah. Sweet. Yeah, you were a monster back there.
You need a lethal now, though. I don't have any.
Don't have any lethals?
No. That would be a good thing to have for pirate. Going here for a second.
Got a frag.
Alright, there's nothing in there.
Is this a gas station in front of us?
Okay. Oop. I think there's guys standing outside the, there's an embassy behind this gas station. Here. Guys over here somewhere.
If you want to, I'll see if I can find him. The stronghold?
Ultra One, you've got hostile reinforcements
Not
incoming.
sure.
But yeah, over here.
Enemy fighter here.
We can probably. Where It's right there. Third.
Ultra One, we're seeing increased activity in the area.
I also used my self-revive, which kind of sucks, but oh well.
We'll see
At
what
least
we find.
we survived. All right, there's nothing else in here.
There's another plate right here. I'm trying to mark.
Gotta get plates.
Mark.
Now without
Armor here.
No, I think I'm all filled up. Bathroom, what's in here?
Yeah, there's
The revived pistol is.
That's it's a field upgrade.
That I don't want that. I don't want that. All right. All right, I'm ready to go
Let's
wherever.
push this way.
Still need a lethal though.
Best way to get lethals is off odds probably. Oh shit, taking shots.
Guy straight
Speaking of
ahead.
which,
Guy straight ahead.
most pilots.
Taking fire.
Check. Ooh, let me fall forward. Oh, over there? He's down. Taking shots from afar. Where is he? Up, down here.
Down there, there's more guys running.
I see him. Boom down! Are you on ammo?
Pretty good so far. Okay.
Box.
I'm going up. Can't shoot these guys at distance.
Alright, guy down. Second down, third down. I'm mowing them down, bruh. Center fucking. There's a proxy mine.
We've got a hit on a heavily armored target with a weapons case. Their last known position is on your TAC map. Engage at your discretion.
Guy drops toothpaste.
How are we doing on time? Got 18 minutes. Let's see. Let's push this embassy and see if we face the pyro.
All right.
Case is still on
Do you
there,
want to do the thing where we jump off and try to get him from the outside?
Sure. Where's the is that it or?
Move in here.
I think so. Yep. I think that's it.
Oh yeah, because it's the embassy right in front of us. Oh shit! Take a shot. Take a shot.
Over here.
Boy, shit. Reloading. I got duck down.
Stay with it. It's nothing. Fire over here.
Alright, two on our left. What's one on our right? We got one on our right. Loading.
Got it. Need to get some cover, man. Fuck.
You got eyes on any more? Yeah, there's this guy here. Yeah, shit. Okay, I need to drop a box. I just ran out of LNG.
Ultra One, you've got hostile reinforcements incoming.
Activating a UAV.
Yeah.
Activating another UAV. All right, good.
You need to reload. There's
you got a box
boxes over here. Yeah.
Sure.
Let's get up this building. What's that rope? Wait, first of all, where's the awning? Oh,
it's over
here.
here.
Yeah,
I think.
okay,
It's
okay.
on
Yeah.
the
This is the
other side.
building with the ropes on this side, on the left. Pyro's here.
Ultra One, ISR confirms the warlord Al Nar.
Oh shit! What the fuck? Shit!
Is near your location. He has a contract on his head.
What do you think? Should we go up?
Yeah, but
They're probably gonna follow us. You coming up?
Yep.
Yeah, let's see what these fuckers do.
All right, let's get to that. Let's get to that awning.
Okay.
Who cares what those guys do? Maybe unless they're going for pyro too, if they're players, but I don't even know. Is so
All
which
right.
is that okay?
Move in here.
Where are you, Pyro?
Don't waste too much ammo here. Lure him out. Oop, out guys, out. Behind.
Priest in the area. Keep your eyes open.
Shit. Shoot. Way out there. Holy shit.
Get off this thing. Oh, fuck you.
You fall? Should I stay on here?
I'm taking effective.
Yeah, stay on.
Literally zero cover up here.
Yeah. Get plates. Come on, plates.
I'm taking effective fire.
Where are these guys? You can mark if you see them, but I don't even have eyes. Just hear their shots.
I know, right, dude? We're gonna have to get off this.
Oh wait, I think I see him over here.
Moving.
Steps here.
Hutch.
At Pyro.
Pyro.
Okay, stay up here. Yeah.
Get in here, Pyro.
Here. There's a guy. Parachuting where I've just see him.
He's parachuting?
He's running behind.
Is that a player?
Yeah, he's over here somewhere behind this disc. Yep, I think
Damn
so.
it. Right.
Yep, right here. You see him?
Yeah.
He's
Frag
behind this
out.
building.
Trying to come over on the other side. Oh, I just got sniped. I got sniped. I'm down.
Are you okay?
I'm down.
You're a hard
Careful,
bastard.
man.
You'll
Get
make it.
low if you can. Thank you.
Come on, he's gonna...
Shit, on top of us? Oh yeah, up there. Oh no!
Effective fire.
He's dead.
He got on top of
Yeah,
the
he got on
fucking
top of the
thing?
building,
Oh.
shut down on us. Maybe the next play should be get put to the top. Are you still alive?
Yeah, I'm still
Yeah, keep me
alive.
posted, man. Oh wait, no, it's.
Oh, sorry. I mean, I have to. I can plead for help. Is what I meant. I'm not dead. I could do that. But no, I'm dead.
Yeah, we're dead. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, not too bad of a run. I think, man. I'm sorry I haven't been able to run in to get some shit, and I haven't really been able to do homework. But I'm gonna be done with the camo grind sooner than later, and once I'm done with that, I have a lot more time to do some homework on this, sure, or at least have more time to go in and loot up, get some money, get some good gear, all that shit.
Yeah, the 2-plate vest is critical. Damn, I wish I would have been able to get out of there with that 3-plate vest. Shit. That sucked. They were just getting eaten up on top of that roof. One time I brought a deployable cover. That might help a little bit, but then again, we saw what happened. We had a guy out in the field, and we had a guy on top of us.
Yeah, we were
out there.
we didn't stand a chance, man.
It was a smart move on their part if they were a team. One guy go out and the other guy go on top.
I wonder how he got on top. I mean, you can probably get on top from the jump spot.
Yeah.
We should try that next time. And just kind of sit up there. See if we can. Wait, is that where the secret entrance is on top of the roof?
Yeah, duh. Yeah, we should have probably looked into that.
Yeah, next time.
Oh well. Yeah, next time. All right, good. Well, at least we found the pyro and.
Hey, that was we got close. We were in the presence of pyro, which is more than we've been doing lately.
Yeah, true.
Awesome.
Hear that.
Well, hey, good games.
All right, cool.
Games. I'm like I said, I'm off tomorrow. I'm pretty much gonna be here. The only other thing I'm doing tomorrow is waiting for building manager and some cleaning. That's about it. So if you got any free time, yeah.
All right, yeah, I'll make a note to see if I have time during the day. I'll hit you up.
If you get time during the day tomorrow, we can jump back in.
All right, sounds good. That's incentive.
Sweet.
All right, cool, man.
Have an excellent evening.
Have a good night.
I'll talk to you later.
All right, later.
I'll be right back. like I said before, I'm off tomorrow, so let's play a few more games.
And bureaucratic bloat cutting mechanism. What they're doing is slashing the government so they can give tax cuts to all the rich people.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing right now, including looking at Social Security, because that is a big place that they see that the way we should look at them, as a giant piñata to smash and get money out of.
Can we pull up this this sheet that lastly here that shows exactly how many people over the age of 100 are receiving Social Security? It is public. What's incredible is like when they pretend this is a private business and that there's a sense of secrecy here. All of this information is public because it is the government. Right at the bottom, it shows the figure, 99 and over. 89,106. That's the figure. Not the
those vampires.
8+ million. I heard Sean Hannity say in that interview with Levitt. People that are receiving Social Security benefits, they are lying at such a rapid pace to disorient everybody, to make it more difficult to fight back against them, and. We'll get into the way that they're targeting these probationary federal workers as well. They are trying to destroy the mechanisms right now that would potentially hamper them from doing this as quickly as possible.
And this is a table from December of last year. How many people would be receiving these checks age 99 and over? And James Suriwiecki, the author, writer here who found this, also tweeted 89,106 is, as it happens, fewer than the number of centenarians in the U.S. as estimated by the census. So we are, again, not sending out billions in Social Security checks to people aged 130.
There you have it. Just dumb people.
Hey folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take
generic or whatever, and how it changes their life. Like prior to having Adderall, they can't even function as a person. Getting anything done ever is impossible. And suddenly they take the lowest dose and they're a human being. Like, oh my God, wait, I can get up and do all of my laundry and do all of my dishes and take care of my pets the way that I need to take care of my pets and get all of the work done that I need to get done at my computer. Whoa, that's really cool. I feel like a good, normal person now. This is amazing. And it doesn't, they describe it as like, it doesn't feel like anything. It just suddenly they can do the things that they want to do. And without it, they'll just like bed rot forever. And the actual drug experience is not that cool. It just makes you do what you're supposed to do, what you want to do. It's not supposed to make you go epic style mode if you have ADHD. It's just supposed to make you more neurotypical and make you capable of doing normal tasks like other people can do normal tasks.
39 months, yippee. Glad to have you back. Deanbo, hope you had a good vacation.
I mean, like a common meme is and I've only seen a million TikToks of it, of like these labels. It'll be like, this is highly addictive. Be careful, it's highly addictive. But everyone forgets to go pick up their prescription. And they're like, oh, fuck, no, I forgot about this. Damn it. No. Session, thank you so much for the 39 months. I'm glad to be back. It makes you feel more calm.